Y'all, it's Big Larue. You guys may know me from Big Lex Baddie Collection, season fucking 2.
I got a big fat ass, big follow. Ladies, it's your song, so as soon as it come on, these petty niggas, if these niggas did you wrong, saying doing wax, every bitch follow.
The T is
classified top secret hoe.
I just want to know the personality. Like, they cut a lot of stuff out of the show. Like, we did do an elimination night after she was beat up and her arm was out of socket. Like, her bone was sticking out of her shoulder. So people was already wondering, and you basically just threw Lex under the bus and confirmed what they was already. Hey, one thing about Not As TV, baby, Not As TV don't play about they family.
Bro, you in the hot pussy group chat.
I want to clear that up and make that very motherfucking clear for the entertainers, okay? Everybody else just stood there looking at each other like we was too stunned to speak or move. Like, we couldn't believe that shit had just happened like that. She feel like I'm a messy individual, and that's okay. I'll embrace it. I also feel like never mind.
I know what you're gonna say.
I'm gonna spill some tea. This is the exclusive tea.
Oh yeah.
Exclusive tea.
You wanna be the you trying to grow? Stack up on your knowledge, get some more. Oh, you need academy? Let me know. Let me know, and I'ma turn you up for show. Oh, you trying to grow?
I thought you said this was supposed to be a reunion. What are we doing out here in the woods? No, I'm not trying to grow. Still, I'm not trying to grow. What we gonna grow with the bears? The fuck? I'm trying to watch out for this bitch named Kashmir. That bitch know that I'm wearing boots with the fur, so she gonna come for me first. Yo. Oh shit, there she go. What's going on, entertainers? So today I'm coming to y'all with another interview. So today we got a girl who's from the O. She put that pussy on a hoe, okay? And she gonna write it name Larue. What is going on, Larue?
Yo, West Orlando in this bitch. Y'all already know what the fuck is going on.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's been a busy ass day, but I had to make time for my Pierre. I had to come and show face over here.
Yeah, okay. So what made you get into reality TV? And also for the people that don't know who you are, which they probably already on the rock, tell them who you are.
Okay. My name is Big fucking Larue. I am a reality TV star in the Now That's TV family. I've done 2 shows, Big Lex Baddie Collection season 2 and the Academy season 1, which we are like on the reunion for now.
Yes. And what like out of all the shows, what made you do Big Lex Baddie Collection? Like, what made you want to audition for Big Lex Baddie Collection?
So I was introduced to Big Lex at the same time as everybody else was when she was on Jocelyn Cabaret, and she went, viral for the double homicide comment. Mm-hmm. And she just seemed like my type of bitch. You know what I'm saying? She just seemed like a down to earth, get buddy bitch that don't take no shit. So she, when I heard she was coming out with her own show, I just auditioned. Like, prior to that, I probably besides when I was a little girl thinking about Bad Girls Club, prior to that, I would have never been on reality TV. Every
gay boy and girl wanted to be on Bad Girls Club.
But we all we used to be watching that shit like, oh, I would have whooped her ass. Oh, I would have did this, I would have did that. Like, we all used to be like that. So,
speaking of BGC, let's talk about that real quick. What are some of your favorite seasons?
So I can't name it by season. I would have to say the girls. Yeah. So I like the Erica season. Okay. I like the Jonica's season, Blue.
Okay.
Of course, Tanisha's season. That's a classic.
Right.
Who else? I can't think of her name right now, but there was a girl. She had a bunch of tattoos and a black bob. I can't think of her name, but her season was good, and the season with the Claremont twins.
Okay, yeah, those are good seasons too. So
yes,
we're gonna take it a little bit back to season 1. Okay, so go just a little back to season 1. So, of course, you heard through the show, through Instagram and everything like that. Did you go to the Baddies Olympics and apply and got on there, or just through Instagram?
Yes, so I did attend the first Baddies Olympics. I made it in the top 20 for the prize money or whatever and the spot on the show. But I did not win the top 20. I just continued to go hard and earned my spot, basically.
Period. Okay. So one thing with the Baddies collection, y'all do this group chat, and we're not in the group chat, so we don't be knowing what be going on in the group chat. So I would need some clarification on some things with the group chat. Okay. So it seemed like when you guys first entered like the house or whatever, it was like a season 1 versus like season 2. So was there like a huge battle like that in the group chat? And tell Big Lex give us an invite for the group chat. Like, what is it?
Okay, like I think y'all definitely should be added to the group chats. Like we need at least one reporter, blogger, teacher, or something in the group chats because y'all be having not a clue what was going on. But honestly, for Big Lex show, the group chats was separate. Like they had the season 2 girls in a group chat, and then they had the season 1 girls in a separate group chat on their own. So they had no idea what was going on in our group chat, and we had no idea what was going on in their group chat.
Okay. And then one of the biggest things when you enter the house was the tea party. So what was the tea party? And before you answer, I got my tea ready.
Oh my God. Okay, so the tea party and the group chat kind of go hand in hand because like, and you know what? I'm glad you brought this up because a lot of people was trying to figure out too, like what the fuck was Bunny Buns talking about?
Yes.
At the Union, everybody was confused. So I'm gonna spill some tea. This is an exclusive tea. Exclusive tea.
Oh yeah.
So basically, we had the group chat, and the season 1 girls had already been popping it on IG. They had already had beefs with certain season 2 girls, and Mia Kaya texted in the group chat and said, "What's up, y'all? Like, basically, let's drag them bitches out, throw all they shit out, put all they shit out on the first night." So everybody was bandwagoning it, like, "Yes, let's do it. We're gonna get them bitches." Like. Everybody was like team players with the exception of a few, like Bella, I think Nunu, like with the exception of a few, said that they were going to participate.
Right.
So me being me, knowing I had some tea to spill, I wanted y'all to sip the tea. I'm like, nah, y'all chill. We don't got to put them bitches out on the first night. We could just chill.
Right.
When I do the tea party, you know, tear that motherfucker up. Like when I do the tea party and the tea spilled, they going to want to fight. So tear that bitch up at that point. Then we could put all of them out.
Right.
So when I made that comment, these pussy ass hoes like Sayhanna, like the little scary berries in the group, they was like, "Oh, we wasn't talking about fighting. We was just talking about like manipulating them out of their spot. We was saying we was gonna put them out a different type of way. Nobody said they was gonna drag them out." So, you know, I asked Mia Kaya for clarification. You know, I'm like, Mia Kaya, well, what you meant when you said it? Because when you said it, they all jumped on your bandwagon. So clarify what you meant. Right. And she basically was like, "Oh, you know, I did mean that I was going to physically remove them hoes from the house, but I see that everybody not on that, so we don't got to be on that type of timing." Right. And in the midst of all of this, Bella, which me and Bella had issues at the time, had screenshotted just a small portion of the group chat and sent it to the big three, which made it seem like I was like plotting on them. And that's kind of why, like, on the balcony after me and Huckleberry fought, because like before we got there, I was telling them hoes, y'all done fucked up. Like Bella done went back and gave these hoes the wrong tea, misinformation, and now all of them are gonna be coming for me by myself, and I'm the one who was trying to save them hoes. You feel me? Like I'm the one who told y'all not to put that stuff out on the first night.
Right.
So they're like, "Oh no, they're not gonna come for you. It's gonna be nothing, this and the third." So that's why after me and Huckleberry fought, I'm like, what I told y'all hoes, like I already knew what time it was. I already knew that them hoes was gonna come for me, you know, like about this particular situation. So they had already had me 38 high. I really didn't even want to do the tea party anymore because them bitches had to piss me the fuck off.
Right. And you was asking for your phone. You're like, "Where's my phone? Get my phone." And you can get your phone.
Yes, give me my phone because y'all hoes is really playing on my top. So at the reunion, Bunny Buns came with the receipts. Like she was basically trying to explain, like, "Oh, it was Mia Kaya like against y'all the whole time, and now y'all are like buddy, cool, which you know. people feelings change and shit like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Mia Khia. I never felt a type of way towards Mia Khia about the situation. I felt a type of way about the other hoes about the situation because it just gave like scary. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah. That's
what happened with the tea party. That's why you ended up fighting Huckle and Bella.
No, so me and Bella was already gonna fight prior to the like tea party situation. But that's why I believe Huckleberry fought me, even though she say like, oh, it's not about that. It didn't have nothing to do with that. Like, yes, it was. Like, Huckleberry really had no valid reason as to why she wanted to fight me. Like, I came in the house. I knew I had things lined up. I knew I was going to fight Fetty. Yes. I knew I was going to fight Bella. Yes. But was I worried about Huckleberry? Was I thinking about her? No. Like, if I was prepared for that, I would have been, like, prepared for that. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, do you think it was fair that Big Lexi's sister was in the house? Because at the end of the day, it was a competition. Do you think it was fair for the sister to be in the house?
Me personally, I guess it just depends on like your principles and what you stand on. Because if I had my own shit, of course I'm gonna put my sister on. Like, me personally, I didn't feel no type of way about it, especially because I can't really say that Big Lex showed Mia Khia any favoritism while in the house. You know, besides like, well, she may have bought her something to eat or something, but bitch, I could buy my own food. Like, you know, like as far as the competition is concerned, she really didn't show no favoritism towards Mia Khia. So,
okay. And then, of course, we saw Fetty enter the house. Something happened between you guys, and it involved Naira. Okay, because you know, Fetty came in there like, "What up, Lord?" What happened?
Screaming like a motherfucking, sounding like a motherfucking Tyrannosaurus Rex, big as hell, came stomping through that bitch. But that whole situation was like, oh my God, so annoying because Fetty was trying to make it seem like it was about Naira when it was never about Naira. Like, Naira's name was in the mix, but it was never about her. So basically, before filming, before even it was a solidified cast, like before even that, me and Fetty was cool. You know, we used to be chit-chatting, talking, chopping it up or whatever. She was one of the season 1 girls that supported me getting onto season 2 in the first place.
Right.
So in the midst of us talking, my girl Nunu, and I love me some motherfucking Nunu from New York, Nunu the motherfucking Baddies.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but this is, you know, we don't know each other at this time, what I'm about to say. So, back then, you know, Nunu made a post like, if we talking about looks alone, I already got it in the bag, you know, on some cocky shit, you feel me? And that's okay to pop your shit. But, you know, my messy ass, you know, messy Florida.
Messy Florida. I call the room on recaps. I said messy Florida because I'm from Florida, so I'm like, I already know I'm Florida girls. No.
Yes, we can't be just a smidgen, like a little smidge of messy, you know, but who don't like a little
Florida
messy?
girl boy messy. I don't care.
Who don't like a little mess in their life? You know, it keeps things interesting. It's all about balance, you know, it's all about balance. So my messy ass go to sending it to the other season 2 girls just to see what their opinion was on the post, you know? So I sent it to a couple of girls, Sayhanna being one of them, Naira being another. I sent it to Naira. I sent it to Sayhanna. And I sent it to a couple other people. I really can't remember at the time who all I sent it to. But I know those 2 girls were one of the main 2 who had something to say about it. Like, we all felt the type of way because at the time we were on some like season 2 against everybody type shit.
Right.
And we felt like the post was like causing like a little division amongst the girls. Like, what you trying to say, bitch? You trying to say you look better than us? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you trying to say? So, basically afterwards, after I sent it to Naira and she had something to say about it, I see Naira under a post of Nunu's basically like, yes, girlfriend, babe, boo, I can't wait to see you, love, and all this shit after she, I ain't gonna say sold the girl out, but you know, after she basically had something to say about the girl post. So I tell Fetty, once again, messy Florida, you know.
Right.
I tell Fetty, I'm gonna call the shit out in the house. Like, I tell Fetty, like, yeah, I'm gonna tell like, basically, I'm gonna call it out in front of everybody and basically tell Nunu, like, oh, Naira, you and Naira all buddy, but she was saying blase squad, you know.
Right.
Try to start a pot a little bit, try to start some shit. So ultimately, Fetty ended up telling the plan. That's what started the beef between me and Fetty. Like, Fetty was just acting weird. At one point, like, Huckleberry jumped on live and was like, she don't like me and all this other stuff. So at the time, me and Fetty was cool. So I felt comfortable enough to ask her, like, y'all bitches be talking about me?
Right.
Because I don't know this bitch. I don't talk to this bitch. I never had a conversation with her. Like, we even said that on the show. Like, when she was like, oh, I just don't fuck with you. I'm like, Huckleberry, I never had a conversation with you before this. So how you know whether you like me or not? You feel me? So when she said she didn't like me, I asked Fetty, like, y'all be talking about me because why this bitch got a problem? And she was basically like, oh, we talk about all the new girls and all of this other shit. And so I made the decision at that point to cut her ass off. And she's too fucking old to be like wanting friends so bad. Cause like she like ultimately got mad because I didn't want to talk to her anymore. Like, and they started being weird. She started telling the girls that I was talking about them. So me being me, you gonna tell, hey, listen, I'm like motherfucking Mike when they took Sheila up that motherfucking mountain. Bitch, you gonna tell my tea, I'm gonna tell everybody tea. Like, bitch, leave me out of shit. Or I'm gonna tell everybody tea. Don't tell my tea because I'm gonna spill everybody tea and I'm not gonna have no fucking remorse about it at the fuck all. So when she went to spilling the tea to the girls, like, basically I'll be talking about them and stuff, which, just to say, because I really don't like that they try to call me messy, but just to say this, I did not know none of you bitches at the time. You feel me? Like, it would have been messy if I was cool with y'all. You know, we had built a rapport, bonded, whatever the case may be. All I know is y'all my competition for the $10,000. Like, I don't owe you bitches no loyalty. I don't owe y'all shit. So whatever the fuck I said is what the fuck I said. Like, that's just how I felt about it at the time. I didn't feel like I was wrong or feel like I was being messy. But, you know, Fetty presented it to the girls like, yeah, Larue be talking about y'all. Blah, 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 blah. So I go back and tell the big dog, you be talking about her, bitch, because you do. I don't give a fuck how many times they could put that shit on my tombstone, Pierre, because Fetty said that shit. I don't give a fuck how many times that bitch try to act like she didn't say that shit. You said that shit, bro.
And the big dog y'all referring to is the big legs.
Yes.
Okay. I just had to clarify.
Yes.
Okay.
I went back and told Big Legs that Fetty was telling me her business because she was. Like, I don't know. I didn't know Big Lex at the time. I had never met her. And that's what kind of hurt me and pissed me off, too, about Big Lex herself. Because the shit that I'm telling you, like, I'm describing events, places, people, things that occurred. Yes, like, bitch, you know if what I'm saying is true or not. So why would you let this girl sit here and carry on like I'm lying? I didn't pull the story out of the crack of my ass. Like, I didn't wake up one day and say, oh, I'm going to tell Big Lex that Fetty said this happened. You know if what I said happened for real or not. You know your life, bitch. You know if that shit happened for real or not. So you know that the girl was capping. You feel me? And I think that's why she kind of like fell back from Fetty because she don't fuck with me, but she really don't fuck with Fetty like that either. It was like, you know, like I'm gonna cut both of these bitches off type vibe, you know?
Right. So you gonna be tuning in for the Big Three experience?
Listen, I am listening in because I really like one of their cast members. That's Landon. He's one of my favorite. Yes, I'm looking forward to see how he give it up because I love his personality. But I couldn't even tell you what happened on the pilot. Like, I tried so hard to watch it because I'm not a hater. You feel me? Like, I don't have no real street beef with these people. Like, I don't fuck with them. I don't care to, you know, hang, kick the bobo and all that extra shit. But you know, I'll watch the show. Like, you know, no tea, no shade. I will watch the fucking show. I hope it's better than the pilot because the pilot didn't keep me engaged. No tea, no shade. The best fucking part was me in the beginning fighting Fetty on the intro.
The intro.
The intro, bitch. I gave y'all life. Me and Sweets gave y'all bitches life on y'all intro. Like, y'all claim the fame really is me and Sweets. Like, Fetty, you didn't make no noise on season 1. Your only noise you made was with me on season 2. And then after that storyline died, bitch, you didn't have one. You feel me? Like, your claim to fame is me, sweetie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So when you got in the house, right, and when you found out who the cast was, who were you most shocked by? Like when you entered the house, like they acted completely different from how they were in the group chat.
Sayhanna. Say fucking Hannah. She's so scary, so timid, have no personality. Like they cut a lot of stuff out of the show. Like we did do an elimination night at the slumber party, and Lex went down the line and basically told all the ladies, you know, how she felt about them. And she told Sayhanna she was dull. She told Sayhanna, bitch, you're dull, and you think that your clothes are speaking for you, and they're not. And that came out of Lex. Why she always want to talk about best dressed this and best dressed that, and always want to be in competition with a bitch like me. You cannot compete with a bitch like me. Like
we need an unedited version of that TV. Come on now.
Y'all need an unedited version. She said something about me too. She said she liked the way I dress. She said she liked the way I look, but she feel like I'm kind of messy, and she feel like I be lying and just don't ever lie to her. That's what she told me in the little elimination round. So my thing about that is, doesn't that indicate to you that she know I wasn't lying about that particular situation? Like she's like, oh, don't ever lie to me.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like I feel like you be lying sometimes, but just don't ever lie to me. Like, girl, but you don't want to publicly say that. Like, and I don't need a bitch to clear my name. Like, I have embraced being a villain on Now That's TV. I have embraced being like, oh, this messy bitch. Like, I embrace it because I have my fans, I have my supporters, and then I have my haters as well. And it was going to be like that either way. It was going to go that way either way. So I just have been embracing it these days, but I'm not.
Like, on your second season, I like you like that. But when you came on the Academy, I was like, I like her. Like,
yes,
we got to see the real you. Like I feel like Big Lex, we didn't get to like see you like on Academy. I was like, okay, I know somebody like her.
I agree 100%. Like for me, like on Big Lex show, I was like in combat mode. You feel me? Like I felt like I had just to be at war. Like I just felt like I was at war the whole time. Versus on the Academy, like I was coming there with a different purpose. Like I knew it was a couple bitches in the building that had a problem, but you know, I was just gonna let it play out. I wasn't coming there like, oh, I'm slapping the first bitch I see that got a problem down, you know?
Right. So at one point of the season, we see a lot of the girls felt like Nunu was getting pressed, and that led to the whole Kung Fu thing. What do you think was happening from your point of view? Do you think Nunu was getting actually pressed in the house? Because we didn't get to really see that.
No, like I never felt like Nunu was being pressed. I felt like at that time, so Ray was looking for a moment. You know what I'm saying? Like they wasn't sure. Okay, like bitches talk all day, so they wasn't sure how bitches was really going to come in the house. And once they start seeing that, like, oh, the bitches that's fighting is getting the most camera time type shit, you know, they start switching up their energy and their vibes. Because at first, so Ray was this bubbly personality. Like, I really didn't even expect her to fight anybody. And her fighting Nunu came out of the clear fucking blue sky about something that don't even have nothing to do with you.
At the time that the kick thing happened, did y'all know, like, y'all felt like that was going to go viral? Because to me, y'all, that season 2, that's when I paid a little attention to Now That's TV. But season 2 of y'all season, that's when I started watching all of the shows because of y'all season. Right. So did y'all think it was gonna go viral? Like when it happened, y'all was like, "Damn, like this gonna make the show."
Yes. Like in that moment, everybody was like, "Oh my god!" We knew that me and Fetty fight was gonna go viral because of the flip. Like we already knew that.
No, the kick was crazy.
And then we thought the kick was gonna go viral, but it didn't. And she was so fucking mad, bro. She was so mad. Like numbers don't lie. That kick didn't go viral. Like it didn't hit how she thought it was gonna hit. She didn't eat how she thought she ate, and she did not like that. That's why she was dragging the kick for so long. Like under every post, under every comment, like she drugged that kick out. Like we were so tired of the kick.
Right. A Sweets coming in did go viral. I think that's what the pink at. That's I think with the most viral.
I'm whooping ass out here on the balcony. That was the most viral moment of the show. Like that was the most.
You saw that they edited that scary movie with the white lady picking up the phone.
That shit was so funny. Like that shit had me laughing for days. Like Sweets definitely brought a lot.
Bitch ass outside.
Sweets brought a lot to the show, most definitely.
Yeah, for sure. What happened to that girl? There was a girl throughout the whole season. She was blurred. So we just kept seeing this blurred figure, and we're like, who the heck is that blurred girl?
That was Diamond from One More Chance.
Okay.
What was her name? Her name was something else, I believe, but her real name is Diamond. I don't know what happened with that. We never even as cast got a clear understanding of why she was blurred out, which I hate that she was blurred out because she had some vital moments to the show.
Oh.
Like she got in a fight with Ray. And I don't know what happened in that fight because, you know, Auntie had to take a nap or whatever. So all I know is Diamond came in the room because we were roommates, me, her, and Sweets. Okay. And so Diamond came in the room and she was beat up and her arm was out of socket, like her bone was sticking out of her shoulder. So at first, we just talking and she telling me what's happening. You know, when you're adrenaline pumping, you really don't feel stuff.
Right.
She's telling me what happened, and I'm like, oh my God, bitch, your fucking shoulder. Like, what the fuck? Your bone is out of place. Like, I'm flipping out because I never seen no shit like that in real life.
Right.
Like, movies and shit. So, Ray and the gang, because it was all of them bitches, came beating on the fucking door, like, come out, bitch, come out, come out. So I'm like, oh my God, no. So I swung open the door and I looked Ray in her eyes because everybody around Ray was yelling. So I like looked her in the eyes, like dead in the eyes, like this bitch shoulder is out of place. Like you need to relax. So she like, oh shit, okay. You know, she walked away and everybody followed and Diamond went to the hospital and her arm ended up in a sling.
Damn.
Yeah, she was fucked up. And then even in the sling, she came for Bunny Buns. Basically,
oh no!
Yeah, she had
for Bunny Buns.
She paid for Bunny Buns. That's why I said like a lot of people thought that Bunny was boring and quiet throughout the show, but a lot of her moments was missed because of Diamond being blurred out. I feel like if Diamond never was blurred out, Bunny Buns would have did much better, like you know, as far as fan rating on the show.
Right. I want a good amount of you girls to come back for season 3. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I don't feel like it should just be all new girls. I feel like it should be a good amount of season 2 girls because I feel like I want to see y'all again. That's just my opinion.
I wouldn't do season 3 of Big Legs Baddies Collection.
You wouldn't do season 3? Damn.
I would not do season 3. Like, I just don't be on the fake weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm the type of person, like, if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep my distance or whatever the case may be. Like, but I'm also a person that watches people actions and stuff like that. So, like, to this day, Lex have never openly said, like, I don't fuck with that bitch Larue, fuck her. Like, she have never openly said that. And even there has been times where I've asked her in the DM, like, we good? Like, it's weird energy, you know, what's going on, you know what I'm saying? I have a lot of respect for Lex. So she'll say like, yeah, we good, but then she'll be shady and, you know, the fake weird shit. Like, I just can't be around that type of energy. I just don't feel like she's a genuine person. So no, I wouldn't do season 3.
Okay. If you had to pick like an activity to do like in the house, because we saw like Slim did the twerk class, Ebony did the exercise class. What activity would you have done? Because we didn't see all the girls get to be in charge of like the activities.
Well, I was actually in charge of an activity. I had created a game called Guess the Baddie.
Okay.
And basically,
you didn't see that though.
Y'all didn't get to see it. Like, it's a lot y'all didn't get to see. It's a lot y'all didn't get to see. That's why I'm here now to tell my fucking story. Because y'all just ain't gonna make me look no type of motherfucking way. But yeah, I had created a game called Guess the Baddie where I basically just put different stuff on sticky notes describing a person, and you know, we would pick from the bucket. It will say, this person don't stand on shit they say. Ooh. And then the girls will have to guess who I'm talking about.
All right.
So I guess that one didn't go really as planned because I did have like it to where everybody was putting stuff about other people in the bucket, and these lame ass bitches was putting positive stuff. So
guess who's the best dressed in the house?
Bro, yeah, like the bitches was trying to do a motherfucking yearbook of, you know, positive things to say about each other. So it kind of didn't really go as planned, but that was a game that I made up and, you know, was in charge of presenting to the girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then also we saw throughout the season, of course, Bella and Mia Khalifa were close, and Bella ends up leaving. Do you think she was treated fairly with like the situation that went down? And was there stuff that we did not see when it came to Bella Dolphin Gang leaving?
Bella, shout out to motherfucking Dolphin Gang. Shout out Big Bella. I'm like half and half with this situation because do I feel she was treated fairly? No. But do I feel that her reason for tweaking was valid? No. Also no. Like, so I'm kind of like stuck in the middle because I feel like, you know, the situation could have been handled differently. Yes. But I feel like, girl, what are you talking about? Like at the moment, like when she was doing all of that, I really was weirded out by it, especially because something y'all didn't see, another exclusive tea on the van, going to one of the events or whatever. She asked me, like, oh, what's up, Larue? I thought we was cool. You haven't been talking to me. We haven't been like, oh, I thought we was going to be closer in the house and this, that, and the third. So I'm telling her, like, Bella, we cool and all. You know, we cool. We just don't roommate together. I barely see you. You know what I'm saying? I be doing my own thing over here. You be doing your own thing over there. Like, it's nothing. Like, you're overthinking it, really. Like, we're cool. Yes, I like you, you know, but we just haven't spent any time together, and that's okay. Right. So she was just like, oh, I thought that we would be closer than this. The way we used to talk before filming, I thought we was gonna be locked in. And so in my mind, I'm already thinking like, bitch, you being weird, because when I did fight Huckleberry, I kind of separated myself from the group because I like, listen, like
you felt like betrayed.
Yes, like I felt stabbed in the back. Like I felt like they threw me out to the wolves. You know what I'm saying? And let me get eat up. So I was kind of not feeling them hoes at the time. And you come Boda Crescent down the hallway like you was checking some shit. And in that moment, I'm gonna be honest. In that moment, I didn't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like in that moment, I was kind of just like get the fuck out my face type vibe. But after watching it on the season when it aired, I was kind of like, I know this bitch, like, what's tea? Like, what you was trying to do? Like, that's why, like, I did ask, like, what y'all finna jump me? Because all them bitches walking up on me after I just fought just gave me the heebie-jeebies. Like, I'm from West Orlando, bitch. If it's a group of bitches walking towards you, bitch, you already know. Like, you know the vibe. So I just, you know, was weirded out by that whole situation. So Bella is very clingy, though. Like, you know, she like you, she want to be up under you all the time. Y'all seen how she was acting with Mia Khalifa. So, you know, I don't feel like Bella was valid in her reasoning for checking Lex or being mad at Lex. I feel like, bitch, sit your ass down and shut the fuck up. Like, Mia Khalifa wasn't getting treated any differently, no special type of way. So what makes you feel like you deserve that? And then I also felt like Bella was wrong for saying, like, oh, I've been knew you from the strip club. Like, oh, we danced together in the strip club. Because from a person who have had to do whatever it takes to, you know, make something of myself, nobody want to hear about their fucking past. Like, bitch, I'm not on the pole no more, bitch. I'm out here hosting a show that you a cast member on type shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't disrespect me like that. I felt like that was disrespectful to be like, oh, bitch, I've been knew you since you first started dancing at the Vixens and bitch, what? Like, what the fuck that got to do with where I am today? Like, bitch, you wanting to be my friend. What it got to do with that? Like, you really wanting to be put on. You really want to be put on. Like, I felt like all of that shit was weird. But I do feel like if Lex was a genuine person and friend, like I said earlier, she could have talked to her off camera, even if she was heated in the moment. Like, if she was heated right then, she cussed Bella out, and all of that happened, she could have calmed down, cooled off, and pulled Bella to the side and broke it down to her like, baby, this is business. I don't give a fuck if you knew me from pre-K, bitch. Right. Like, now is here to make money. You here for a job. You getting paid to be here. Like, get off my dick type shit. You know, like, she could have handled it a little better.
I was scared I was going to jump on her. I said, oh, God damn, they finna jump this bitch. I said, damn.
Nah, I don't think nobody was
not
gonna dump
y'all,
her.
you in specifics, but like some of the other
Some of
girls.
the
I was
girls.
like,
I
ooh.
will say that like Bella and Jayla's beef was already brewing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that didn't just come out of nowhere. And Jayla was been low key already saying she was gonna fight Bella. So when Bella got into it with Lex, it just kind of was like, this is my opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go ahead and do this shit now before this bitch go home. But other than that, like, I don't think nobody would have interfered with Bella and Lex situation, because Bella was very open about like knowing Lex and, you know, knowing her outside of the show and being pre-casted. Like, that's something you don't tell people. Like, that's supposed to be between you and Lex if you was pre-casted before auditions, because
that's so fair to you guys.
And bitches was already chatting like where this bitch came from. Like when she was casted, bitches was already chatting like where the fuck this bitch came from. I ain't seen this bitch on no live. I ain't seen this bitch at no audition. I ain't seen them post a audition tape of her. None of that. So people was already wondering, and you basically just threw Lex under the bus and confirmed what they was already thinking.
Right. So once one of the scenes y'all went to archery, y'all like doing like the bow and arrow. What happened with that white lady instructor? Like, and y'all had to shut it down. Like, what happened with that?
She was just being a bitch. Like, honestly, because we were late. Like, they had one bus and they had a lot of girls, and just like how it just took me forever to be ready for this, like people take different time frames to get ready. They waiting on everybody, so they was like dropping us off to the archery in clusters. Like, as you can see, like when we got there with the cameras, it was already girls there participating in the challenge.
Right.
So you know, basically she had a little attitude, and I overheard her say like, I didn't give permission to be filmed. So I said something to production like, hey, this lady, I don't think she want to be filmed like that. She heard me and she was like, oh, it's too late now. It's too late now, like with an attitude or whatever. So, you know, this Big Lex baddie collection, all of these bitches out here got anger management problems, okay, baby? Like, you gotta pipe that shit down, because like people start saying stuff like, I forgot who basically cussed her ass out, and she was like, okay, well, let's wrap it up then. Like, she was just real nasty, and she was complaining like, oh, y'all already was late, and then y'all coming out here with cameras recording me, and I didn't give permission for me to be filmed. So, and we wasn't even really late. Like, they had sent some of the girls who was already ready, they sent them down there, and they were, you know, participating before we got there. Right. That whole fucking experience was just a racist ass experience.
Oh yeah.
That's
what it looked like.
When we pulled
I got those vibes immediately. I said this lady ain't with the black people, because she looked uncomfortable.
She looked very uncomfortable. When we pulled up and they saw all those niggers spilling out that motherfucking bus, them people went to like looking around. Like, we was like, oh shit, why they looking like that? Like, it made us uncomfortable how uncomfortable they were. Then for it to be dirty, like, bitch, y'all got bed bugs. We still got a lawsuit against them people right now about this.
Oh no, you dead ass.
I'm dead ass serious. Hey, one thing about Not As TV, baby, Not As TV don't play about their family. They don't play about people. They filed a lawsuit against them bitches, and all of us is included. And the lawyers still be hitting us up now about them fucking. We got ate up. Like, I think the no-see-ums bit us, but
that's disgusting. And they had a nerve to kick out. That's crazy. So later half of the season, we see like some new girls enter, like Queen D and everything. Did you guys know they were on the way? Like, were they added to the group chat?
No, we never knew they were on the way. Like, Money and Queen D and myself and Queen D literally argued the night before. So it was kind of like a joke in the house that we would say. I feel like they was already coming as replacements anyway, just to shake shit up. But it was a little joke in the house, like, oh, Queen D argued her way right in this house. She wanted to be in this house so bad. She was arguing with me and Money on live the night before, and the next fucking day, she was there. I don't even think she knew. Like, when they got there, they said that they had got text messages at like 12 o'clock that night, like basically saying, hey, you know, can you catch a flight at 8 a.m.? And they was there. So I was glad Queen D came in that fucking house. Like,
yeah,
I was glad. I really was. Like,
Queen D is funny to me. Like,
she's hilarious and she's comedy. Like, she is a good TV personality. Like, despite our differences, which we okay now, but you know, despite the journey it took for us to be okay, I love Queen D's personality. She's great for TV. I definitely see her going far. Shout out to Queen motherfucking Z.
Right. Well, Tim's one, nigga.
Queen motherfucking Z. She got her Tims, nigga. So
And she
yeah,
ended up
I
on
fuck
Baddies
with
on the
Queen.
gang.
Like, even when we was like I'm such a goofy ass person. Like, even if I don't like you like that, or if I don't fuck with you like that, like if you funny, I'm gonna laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm just goofy like that. So Queen D have always been comical to me. Even on Coming Up LA, I thought the bitch was hilarious. So I never expected us to even get into it, and I can't even recall how it started, to be honest.
Right. Oh, so you don't remember how, like, because you guys ended up getting into it, like, I think like a fight, but we didn't see that. Did the cameras miss it or something?
Me and Queen D?
Yeah.
They did catch that fight. Like, they caught that fight. It was on the show.
It was on the show. Okay. Because I'll rewind. I may have missed it then. And then the sisters end up getting jumped. Did you jump into it or no? And what happened with that we didn't see?
Oh my God. Like, that was just a moment, like, and I hated that for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I hated that for me. Only because, like, a lot of shit we do, especially for the girls that it was their first time doing something like this before, like myself. Like, a lot of shit you do, you be doing it because you in the moment, like you're completely engaged in the experience. But then after the fact, you watch that shit and you be like, nah, bitch, what the fuck was your stupid ass doing? Like, it looked dumb. So I hated that we ended up jumping the girls. But basically how it happened is their reputation. Like, their reputation led to that altercation.
Because
like,
of the dollhouse.
Yeah, from the dollhouse. Like, we know y'all jump, and then they gave off the energy. Like, Lacey is my girl. I fuck with the sisters or whatever, but they love to play this whole victim mindset shit about the fucking jumping situation. But I feel like their energy was a little, like, it was a little tension in the room with their energy. Like, when Monty or Sayhanna, one of them was like, oh, y'all know we don't do that jumping shit over here. You feel me? They was like, oh, we gonna jump. Oh, yeah, we gonna do it. We gonna jump any bitch. And we don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was already giving off that vibe. So we just kind of followed up with it. Now, looking back on it, should I have jumped in? Hell nah, because that shit really ain't have shit to do with me. And these the same bitches that left me out to dry in the beginning. You feel me? With the big three. So I probably shouldn't have jumped in. I'm glad my punch didn't even land. Like, I threw one punch and I missed. And they all fell on top of me after that. So.
Yeah. Because it was a bunch of you guys. So, like, I even rewinded. I don't even think I saw, like, a skim of you doing it. But I was like, maybe she did, maybe she not. Let me ask.
I was on the bottom, like, when everybody fell back, and Ebony was on top. Ebony was directly on top of me. And everybody else was on top of us. And, yeah, like, when I tried to jump in, like, I tried to swing over their head, everybody just fell back. So I just landed on the bottom. So that shit was lame, to be honest. Like, we was real lame for doing that shit with our overgrown asses. I feel like, Mia Kaya too. Like, I don't feel like nobody was scared of her, especially the bitches that was hanging with her, like me, Sweets. You know what I'm saying? We was close to the house. I don't know how Mia Kaya ended up on the other side, like on the loser side, like. All them bitches, the hot pussy house, that's what they call themselves, the hot pussy house.
Were you in the hot pussy group chat?
I'm not in the hot pussy group chat because I was never a hot pussy girl. This pussy is cool, calm, cool, and collect.
You in the hot pussy group chat?
Yeah, I was never in the hot pussy house group chat. The hot pussy house consists of the big three, Ray, Sayhanna, Naira, and Mia Kaya. Okay. And then you have Stuck and Up, which was their nicknames in the house. Can you guess who that is?
Stuck and Up. Wait, hold on. I gotta think of duos. Who? Sayhanna, Saray.
No, they part of the hot pussy house. We already got them accounted for.
Who is it?
Ebony and Nunu.
Okay.
Ebony and Nunu. So that was the little joke about them in the house, that their nickname was Stuck and Up, because they used to just be off together in their own little world.
Oh, the blanket thing. Okay, now that makes sense.
Yeah. So you had the Hot Pussy House, you had Stuck and Up, and then you had like the Certified Motherfucking Steppers, which is also the name of my new show. I know I've been promoting I4 Hottest Hustlers, but Certified Steppers.
We're gonna talk about that at the end. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's revamping. But
okay.
You had the Hot Pussy House, the Stuck and Up girls, and then you had the Certified Steppers, which consisted of me, Sweet Dreams. We used to be with Mia Kaya. We used to be with Bella used to be around. Bunny Buns and Tori. But really the main people of that group is me, Sweets, Bunny Buns, and Tori. Like we was all, you know, locked in throughout the whole show.
Right.
So I don't know how Mia Kaya ended up over there, because in the house she used to hang with me and Sweet Dreams and that whole crew. I don't know how she ended up on the other side, but she did, and it's cool. You know, I still love Mia Kaya, got much love for her. But in the house, you know, the bitches she hung with was the bitches she hung with. Everybody else, though, I feel like they didn't want smoke with her because of her being Lex's sister. Not necessarily that anybody was scared of her. I just think that out of respect to the person who gave us the platform, they just didn't want to get into it with her. Because I don't give a fuck how TV it is. I don't give a fuck how much entertainment it's supposed to be. Like, it's only so much you're gonna be able to do to my sister while I'm standing there. You feel me? Like, it's only so much I'm gonna be able to see. So I feel like out of fear of what might happen next if they got into it with Mia Kaya, nobody really wanted to get into it with her. And ultimately that led to, because I want to say this too, because I don't want to make it seem like Mia Kaya was picking and choosing.
Okay.
Mia Kaya is very sweet. That shit, like how they portray her on the show, was not her personality at all. Like once she felt the vibe that, okay, these bitches really, you know, just want to be cool. They just want to be friends with me. They really don't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? Not that, oh, they scared of me energy, because she never gave that energy. It was just like, I'm gonna fall back. Like, I'm not gonna be a bully. I'm not gonna walk around the house like a hound dog all the time. Like, she was not like that. And I hate that they made her look like that on the show, because it cost her, you know, her rating, fan rating, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Like, nobody really likes Mia Kaya because of the image that they put out there for her, when that's not how she acted in the house at the fuck all. She didn't act like that in the fucking house. Nobody even ever felt a type of way. Like, certain scenes where it looked like she probably was popping it and nobody was saying nothing, like, it's because nobody felt the type of way. Like, she was a sweet girl. So I was going to say, like, she was looking for a moment when it came down to the sisters, and that's why she started the whole fiasco about a bed. But, you know,
I would say this, though. I was rewatching it back. Bossy, let me tell you how Bossy was a little shady. She looked at me and Kaya. And said, "You look tired." I said,
"She did."
Did you catch that?
That bitch is so fucking funny. When she said that shit, I died. Like, when I said, "Now, Bossy, you're so fucking funny."
So we get to like the eliminations and stuff like that. One thing y'all know about that is TV, they do eliminations, ain't nobody get eliminated. But we get to eliminations, and then some of the people that was nominated was Naira, Sayhanna, Bunny Buns, China Cash, and Jelly with all the kids. And they got most of the votes. Do you agree with those selections that were chosen?
Yes, 100%. I liked Naira. CK is my fellow Florida girl. I can't stand fucking Sayhanna. Like, she really grinds my fucking gears, bro. Y'all know how I feel about fucking Sayhanna. Like, that's just
speaking of that. Okay, why did you guys ended up fighting? What happened with that besides the voting thing? Did you guys just off the bat just meet off each other? It was just like like.
No, I wanted that bitch to get active. Like, get active, bitch. Like, get in the field. Like,
with extra wallet and also laptop bag. Okay, I love my extra laptop bag because I get to carry it when I'm in and out of offices for certain business meetings I may have. So I end up popping it into my extra laptop bag, which is such a convenient bag. It's very nice looking, and it has sort of this leather feel that I feel like will really add an extra spark to your business or casual look that you have for the day. And my extra wallet as well is one of the most convenient products that I've had in the past years. Okay, you ever had a wallet where you're sort of freaking biting your nails off to be able to grab your credit or debit cards out of your wallet? Well, Extra Wallet, you won't have to worry about that. With a simple touch of a press of a button, you'll be able to conveniently grab whatever credit cards or debit cards that you may need for whatever transaction that you're making, which is a very convenient use, especially when stuck in a busy line. Get up to 35% off until using my link/code. Code is EVENER, Evner, EVENER. Make sure you guys shop down below for your needs.
Besides the voting, like the tension between me and Sayhanna built up prior to the show, to be honest. Like, I felt like because me and Sayhanna both were active on the Instagram lives prior to even the Olympics, and I was a big supporter of Sayhanna. My family members supported Sayhanna. My supporters supported Sayhanna. Like, we actually loved her initially. We loved the energy she was bringing, and somewhere along the lines, it got weird, you know. Well, I ain't gonna say somewhere along the lines. I just started peeping stuff. Like, I would share her on my page a lot, you know, just supporting her in the movement. You know, like, I get it's a competition, but we not casted yet. You get what I'm saying? So I was supporting her in her movement, and I was noticing that I wasn't getting the same support. And so, you know, I'm a very upfront individual. Like, I can't help it sometimes. Like, I be not wanting to say shit, but I just can't fucking help it. So I like asked her one day, like, damn, Sayhanna, like, I be supporting you, I be sharing your stuff, like, why you don't share mine, and this, that, and the third. And she basically was like, oh, she been on her Big Lex baddie journey since season 1, and she feel like, you know, now that she have been noticed by Big Lex and now that's TV, she don't want people like trying to get close to her, thinking they're gonna, like, you know, get clout off her. She be trying to see who genuine and who ain't. I accepted and respected the response, but I just called it bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, that's bullshit. You just a hater, bitch. You see what I see in me. You see in me what I see in me, and you be hating. So that's what that was. And I just felt like she just gave me like this whole negative energy all the fucking time. And then when we got in the house, she just was boring as fuck. And I just was so over her. Like, I wanted her to go home so fucking bad. Like, it don't make no sense. Like, I felt like we was all putting in work, and she wasn't putting in no fucking work. So.
Okay. And then what was your favorite activity to do, like, while you were, like, in the house?
Smoke weed? No, I'm just playing.
Y'all, let's say y'all smoking like chimneys.
We was smoking. We was keeping in that bitch. Like, I don't know. I liked. I don't know. Like, I really did not like none of that shit we did. I felt like, if I'm being honest, I just felt like season 1 was better. I felt like they went places and did real things. They did the bull riding challenge. They did the fucking paintball gun situation. You feel me? We only went to the club one time, and we went skating. Other than that, we was pretty much in the house all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like.
That's the thing that's good with Playboys, because Playboys, I feel like they did a lot of activities. I like the activities that they did. Like, that was raw activities. Whoever came up with these competitions.
I feel like now that TV is getting better with their challenges and stuff like that, especially from my experience with the Academy. I love the challenges we had on the Academy. I didn't really like the Playboy challenges either, because I felt like they just kept going to the beach.
Okay. It gave, you know what vibe it gave me? It gave me the challenge. Like, you know, the show The Challenge? Like, they got to run up and shit. I like that type of shit. That's why I like those challenges.
Yeah, I like, you know, if we talk about like a challenge show, I like cooking wars and, you know, like shit like that. So that's why I really liked the challenges in the Academy, because I watch motherfucking Chopped and shit like that. So
Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, Hell's Kitchen, stuff like that. So I thought that was real cute. I felt like the fashion challenge was real cute. We had to run around the Goodwill and find stuff with a budget. Like, that was real engaging challenges. Like, they put the boys, and I love South Central Playboys, but they put the boys out there to play fucking football. Like, you know, they played basketball, football, you know, shit like that. I did like the Feed the Homeless
that was raw
thing they did. That was the best, you know, challenge event type thing they had.
Right. So going into last thing on Big Lex season 2, going into the reunion, like, what was your mood? Like, did you have any pressure with anybody at that time? What was the Bunny Buzz Manila folder?
So So yes, at the time, you know, I had fought so much in Big Lex house that I told myself, like, I don't want to fight at the reunion. I want to let them bitches fight. These bitches ain't fought yet. Let's let them bitches fight, and I'm gonna sit over here and I'm gonna look cute. So I intentionally, like, I'm a strategic person, so I intentionally didn't say shit to nobody. You get what I'm saying? Like, after the show, I didn't do the Instagram popping it. I didn't do all of that extra shit. Like, I just watched the show, enjoyed the show. You know, I rarely engaged in comments, you know, from the supporters and fans and shit like that if they would be shading another girl. I just didn't want no attention to be drawn to me because I felt like I overplayed my part on Big Lex show.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, here comes Slim Jim out the clear fucking blue sky, commented on a T page one day, like, oh, she wants smoke. So I'm like, well, what kind of smoke is you talking about? And she's like, oh, I'm talking about the kind of smoke that you're going to need the fire marshal to put out. And all this other shit. So I'm like, oh, you want to fight? You feel me? Like, okay, cool. Because I honestly didn't know where it was coming from. And I said that in the comments. I'm like, girl, this coming out the clear blue sky. You looking for a storyline, and I'm going to give your bitch ass one. Because I don't know what the fuck you think this is, but it ain't that. So, cool. Then we get to the reunion, and you come to the reunion pregnant. Like, what was the purpose of you coming to the reunion pregnant? Like, you could have stayed home. Like,
now, did all of you girls know that, or were you guys found out when Helku kind of slipped up and said, girl, you pregnant, sit down?
That's exactly when we found out.
That's crazy.
They brought us out in the midst of, like, all of that shit with Bunny Buns happened prior to us coming in there. They brought us out after Bunny Buns had said and did whatever she said to Fetty and Slim Jim. So Slim Jim had already been escorted out of the room by the time I got there. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason why I hated the big three for popping it the way they did after that. Like, oh, me and Sweet Dreams ain't do shit. Y'all bitches did not do shit. Like, y'all bitches did not do shit. Like, Sweet Dreams already was their worst nightmare. And then they fucked around and let us become a duo. So they already knew what it was going to be giving if me and Sweet Dreams would have came in there on that type of timing. They already knew. You know what I'm saying? They already knew, like, bitch, we could probably handle these bitches one at a time, but we can't handle these bitches together. Like, we was going to raise hell in that bitch if one of them would have said or did anything. Like, we hadn't already talked about it, hadn't already discussed how the fuck it was going to go down. If any one of them would have acted like they wanted an issue, we would have gave them a big problem, like a big issue. Right.
Did you agree with the winner? Okay, because you know Sure ends up winning. Okay, she's like, I love it. I thank God I won. Did you agree with who won the 10K?
Fuck no. Okay, she did not deserve it. She didn't do shit. She didn't bring shit to the show, but them hard ass motherfucking titties. And she just wasn't giving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Sweet Dreams deserve to take it home.
Yes.
I feel like I should have at least made the top 5. I feel like I should have at least made the top 5, but I feel like Sweet should have took it all the way home. I do genuinely feel like Sweet's lost because we were so close. Like, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? Lex was like, oh, you want to fuck with that bitch? And you know I don't fuck with that bitch? Well, bitch, I ain't fucking with you type shit. Because it was no reason for Sweets to not win besides that. Like, she hadn't did anything to Lex. But that's what, you know, where being grown, being a real adult come into play, because as a grown-ass woman, she should be able to have a business relationship with Lex and have a personal relationship with me. Y'all relationship not personal. Y'all not friends. You're not telling her your personal business or anything like that. So why does it matter who she hang with outside of the show? You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like Ebony was the runner-up.
Do you agree with her walking out the way that she did? Because, you know, like, she was called a sore loser and everything like that.
I don't feel like she was a sore loser. I just felt like she felt like they played in her face, which they did. Like, everybody know that Ebony was supposed to win, honestly. Ebony pissed Lex off a week before the reunion, and Lex changed her mind. A week before the reunion, like, everybody thought that Ebony was going to win. I thought that Ebony was going to win. Everybody thought that. Lex only picked Ray by default. She couldn't pick. Oh my God, I hate.
Tell it all. Okay, this is your first interview. You know it's gonna make the vlogs.
I know. It's gonna be so much shit. Right. So Ariana betrayed Lex in the worst way. Okay.
Right.
I
We all know
wanna
that, so I don't even think you even have to go into detail if you don't want to.
Okay,
like,
cool.
the
That's
girls
what I was
that
gonna say.
know,
I
like,
want to elaborate, but I'm not gonna elaborate. I'm just gonna say that Ariana betrayed Lex in the worst way. So if we talk about the top 5, we had Sweet Dreams, we had Ebony, we had Ariana, we had Mia Kaya, and we had So Ray. So we're gonna count them off. Sweet Dreams, she wasn't gonna win because she fucked with me. Ariana betrayed Lex in the worst fucking way.
Right.
Me and Kaya, I don't think they wanted to deal with the backlash of saying, of the people saying, like, your sister, you won because you Lex sister. Ebony hung with Ferrari a week before the fucking reunion, and that pissed Lex off. Like, Lex don't want you being friendly or cordial with nobody that she don't fuck with. So Ebony was posted on the blogs and shit with Ferrari. That canceled her out. So Ray, you won by default, bitch. You won by fucking default. That prize was never yours. She just didn't have any other bitch she could give it to. She could have gave it to me, but you know, besides that, she didn't have no other bitch that she could have gave the money to.
Right.
You won by default. You didn't earn that. You didn't deserve it.
Right. And for the girls, don't get mad on my channel talking about what was she gonna say. If y'all been subscribed to me, y'all know exactly what she was gonna say. So like, don't even do that. Okay. The entertainers know exactly what you're gonna say. So I want Larue to get it messed up and ruin her opportunities for
future references. Yeah.
Anyways, let's get to the Academy. How did you hear about the show? Like, who called you up? Like, hey, like, we got a new show coming. Did you know what it was going into it? Like, how was that like?
So T-Lo called me and asked me, are you available this week? And I was like, yeah, I'll come, whatever, what's going on. So he was like, that's one thing I loved about the Academy. The Academy was pretty much
it was top secret.
Top secret, yes. Like the cast didn't know shit. We didn't know who was gonna be there. We didn't know what the show was about. The only thing he told me was like pack light. You feel me? And once I got there, I realized, he said pack light because we got uniforms on. You know what I'm saying? So he was like pack light. You know what I'm saying? He told me up front about the score sheet. So I knew that there was going to be a point system, which made me very excited because the one thing I didn't like about Big Lex show was the fact that the winner was based off on who you like and who you don't fucking like. I feel like that's not a fair competition. You know what I'm saying? So I was excited about the whole point system thing.
Which I wish we got to see the point system. That's the one thing
I wish I had that motherfucking paper for you, so I could have showed y'all that.
We're gonna talk about the grade later.
Yeah, I wish I would have had that motherfucking paper, but yeah, we'll get into that a little later.
So he ends up calling you up, you go in there or whatever. And why did you come a little later than some of the other girls? Was it you had like personal stuff you had to handle?
Yeah, well, tea time. That was intentional. Like when they told me about the show and they told me the cast was anonymous, I knew it wasn't gonna be anonymous for too motherfucking long. So I told myself, like, let me see who in this motherfucking house. Like, I really was trying to like be strategic. Again, I said I'm a strategic person. So I really was trying to see like who the fuck is in here before I pop out. So I seen they dropped a little cast or whatever, and I thought it was real cute and real funny how the fans didn't know I was gonna be there, but they was already tagging Jess as me on the blog pages. So the fans like, oh, that's Larue. Whole time it wasn't even me, but I was on the fucking way. So I thought that was real cute. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
And then you get there, and of course, Queen is in there. Before you got into the house or whatever, just looking at the cast right now, who was you cool with and knew at the time before even entering in? Like, did you know, like looking at knowing the cast now, like who did you know before going in and was cool with and stuff like that?
I knew Lacey and Money, of course. We were cool. Me and Money had an argument that happened in Houston prior to the Academy filming. So I knew Money was there, but I didn't know what the energy was going to be like. I feel like both of us came into it with the same mindset, like, I'm going to just see what this bitch on first. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, the fans, like, saying, like, oh, you was scared of her or she was scared of you, because they had, like, they was going back and forth where we both had moments where one of us probably should have popped. But came into the house when she found out I was coming. She had the same frame of mind as I did, which is basically like, oh, I'm just see what this bitch on first. Like, I'm not just gonna swing on her because we do have a past. Yeah. And I'm the type of person, like, if we cool and stuff like that, once shit get physical, we cannot turn back from that. Like, we can argue and cuss each other out like dogs, but once it get physical, like, it's no coming back from that. So I was kind of glad it didn't get physical with her, but I'm cool with Lacey. I'm cool with Money. I didn't know none of the other girls. Like, I knew of them, of course, from watching the shows and stuff like that, but I didn't know them. I had prior issues with Shabba, and I know we're going to touch bases on her, so I'm going to save that for a little bit later. But, yeah, I didn't really know any of the other girls.
Okay, and then you end up getting into the house. You get into it with Queen D. Okay, so that was already immediate because of like Instagram stuff, or what happened with that?
Queen D have this sister. Like, if any of the entertainers follow the Now That's TV pages and the T pages and the blog pages, like, y'all know Queen D have this fucking sister that just goes 1,000 times harder than Queen even go for herself, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking you for that, boo. Do you? But I'm fucking hilarious. And I come from a long line of hilarious ass bitches. Like, my family is funny as fuck. So bitches can't take that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of times when my family would get to going at it with Queen D's sister, like, shit would get crazy. And, you know, kids get talked about. We throw mamas and grandmas in there too. You know, we don't discriminate here in Florida. You know, 8 to 88, of course, crazy. We don't fucking discriminate. So, you know, kids was brought into it, parents was brought into it, got ugly. So she felt like she needed to stand on, you know, whatever was said about her family.
Right. And then you knew she was going to be there, just of course based off of some of the T pages posting some stuff, like the cast photo and stuff like that.
Okay, I knew she was gonna be there. I had a positive mind. Like, I thought it was so funny seeing how she felt learning that I was coming into the house. But when I seen that she was there, same thing with Money. I was just kind of like, oh, you know, I'm gonna see where it go. You see, I spoke like, hey, bitch, like, hey, girl, you fucking
the editor was top tier. You were like, hey, and she was like, bitch.
Yeah, I was like, hey, because bitch, yeah, I'm comfortable in any room. I'm comfortable wherever the fuck I go. So I wasn't gonna let her make me uncomfortable. So I was just like, hey, girl, like, what's up? You want a problem? You know, like, hey. So yeah.
Of course, not only you got into it with her, you got into it with Money. What happened on that trip? I know you've talked about it a little bit, but just give us a little short summary of what went down on the trip.
Okay, so I ended up, there was an Instagram post prior to the trip. There was I'm gonna keep this cute. I'm gonna keep it cute.
Keep it short and simple. We've seen a lot.
Right. So there was a discrepancy or a disagreement about, you know, how she was carrying herself. And I said something to her about it in our Houston group chat because we were all going out of town. So I said something about it in our Houston group chat, and me and Money had a slight disagreement in the group chat. It was nothing too deep. However, Money made a post, a generalized post about what our argument was about. And I forget who brought it to my attention. Like, oh, you know, Money just made a post about you on IG. I forget who brought it to my attention, but it was brought to my attention in a negative light. I took it negatively. And so I made it my business. I just told you that I can't hold stuff in. Like, one thing about me, if it's on my chest, I'm going to get it off me. I can't hold that shit in. So I had made it my business to address the situation on the Houston trip, which the other girls kind of felt like, you know, you was wrong for that. You shouldn't have addressed it on the Houston trip because we came here for business and pleasure. You know, we came here because we was booked to be there, but we also was hanging out, you know, having fun, reunited.
Right.
So me and Money ended up getting into it really bad when we got to Houston. We ended up getting into it really bad, like arguing, like face to face, like arguing really, really fucking bad. And ultimately it never went anywhere. Like, you know, we still went out that night. We went to our booking. Everything was good. And of course, when you get drunk and shit like that, you know, people go to talking and stuff. So we ended up getting drunk and we apologized to each other, which is what I was talking about on the Academy. Like, me and Money both said, like, she basically said about the initial argument, like, hey, just let me do me. You feel me? Even if you feel like, you know, I'm giving too much, because I'm older than Money, way older. Like, I'm older than most of them girls on Now That's TV. So, you know, I was just coming from like a big sister type vibe when I was telling her, like, hey, you're doing too much. Don't do all that, because that person don't rock with you like that. You know what I'm saying? So you giving all your energy to this person and they're not reciprocating the energy. Don't give yourself away until it's nothing left, you know, type vibe of what I was trying to tell her. And Money didn't accept the information that I was giving her. And she was basically on some shit like, this my life. Let me live it. Let me learn from my own mistakes. Cool. So I thought we left it at that. Then fast forward to the following night. We ordered an Uber, and it was supposed to be a black truck because it was so many of us. The man pulled up in a little small, tiny 4-door. We can't fit. We have to lap up. It just got hectic. We was drunk. We had been up all night. It got hectic. Me and Sweet Dreams ended up getting into it. And then when they came back, they went live about me. You know, it was just a lot of shit going on. They went live because I made a post saying like, oh, they tried to Shanquella Robinson me, because when me and Sweets got into it, it did get physical.
Okay. Oh, that's your fight off the camera.
Yep, it got physical. When me and Sweets got into it, it did get slightly physical. The shit went crazy. You get what I'm saying? And some of the girls weren't present for the fight. Like Lexi and her sister, they weren't there. A couple of other people weren't there. But everybody who was in the room with us at that time, they left. Like, I left the room first. I left the room, went and sat down at like a little coffee shop to charge my phone because my phone was dead. And so, you know, I'm trying to call home and tell my people, you know, what's going on or whatever. So I sat in a little coffee shop to charge my phone and talk to my people. And after I talked to them, I came back to the hotel room and everybody was gone. And they kind of like, I didn't see them for the rest of the fucking Houston trip. I hung out in Houston by myself. Luckily, I looked like this because I had met some niggas out there and they showed me a good time.
Okay. So you kind of, it was basically you felt like abandoned by some of them because of that happened.
Yeah, I did. I felt like, you know, everybody left me, you know. Now that we are past that, like that group of girls, like now that we are past that and everybody have gave their own respective opinions about what happened, you know what I'm saying? It's, oh, we over it. I don't necessarily 100% feel like, oh, them bitches just left me. But, you know, I was ultimately by myself in Houston. That was my first time there. I was hanging with niggas that I had met the previous night. I really didn't know them that well, which I can handle myself. I can protect myself, but still, like, that really wasn't a safe environment for me. So I made the post about Shanquella Robinson, and that sent the bitches in an uproar.
Okay, so I remember around the time when that happened, do you regret using that name towards the situation? Because I know some people didn't like that you used that name because of or what happened to Shanquella.
No, I don't. I don't regret it. And I feel like if that's how I felt in that moment, like, first of all, and that's another thing too, like, I did not want to go to Houston. Let's be very clear. We jumped Lacey and Bossy in Big Lex Baddie Collection. This was our second time because, mind you, we jumped them. They went home that same fucking day. So we never really got to spend time with the girls. We did all stay in the same house for the premiere, though. So we were able to spend some time with them, get to know them a little better at the premiere. But when it came down to Houston, I just felt like these bitches gonna get us down here and they're gonna have their friends pull up and jump the fuck out of us. Like, I don't want to go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I get you. I'm paranoid like that, so I feel you.
Once again, I'm from Florida. You feel me?
You gotta be aware.
How the fuck we give it up. So I know what the fuck I would have did. Yeah, I would have let you bitches think shit was sweet. I would have let y'all think it was all cute and cuddly, and then y'all would have got y'all ass down here and I would have had something for y'all, me personally. So I was telling Sweets that I didn't want to go. And Sweets is older than me, so she played like a big sister role in my life. Or she was anyway at that time. And so she basically was just like reassuring me, like, girl, I got you. Like, you know, I'm not gonna ever let anything happen to you. You know, we will fight all them bitches, you know, like, you know, just telling me like, oh, everything's gonna be okay, just come. I still didn't want to go. She wanted me to come so bad to the point she booked my flight. And so that's another thing I didn't like when all the lives and stuff was going on. She was, and the flight was only $100, let's be clear. But she was just making it seem like, oh yeah, I had to book this bitch flight and all this other stuff. When really you booked, like, truth be told, you only booked my flight because I really didn't want to come. And I told you I wasn't paying for that shit if I didn't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
she booked my flight so I can come out there. So no, I don't regret using that name. I felt like that girl trusted people. She went somewhere with them and that happened. And I feel the same thing like with Sweets. Like, I trusted Sweets. I was out there with a bunch of bitches, but I came out there for fucking Sweets. Like, that was my friend. That was the person I was talking to every day. We was locked in. We was rocking real tight at that time. So I was there for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I came there because you wanted me to be here. Like, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. So at that time, that comment was directed at Sweets individually, right. But everybody who was on the trip took it personally. And I can't fault them for that. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at them for that because they was like, people seeing it, you know what I'm saying? So now, and people know, like, oh, they all was on a trip with me. So now people looking at them like, oh, you know, what the fuck happened? So I can't fault them for being upset about it. But honestly, that comment was only directed at Sweets. I felt like that about Sweets at the time.
Right. Do you, because I felt guilty at one point, right? When the whole Shane Killer Robinson happened, did you feel a little guilty being on Big Baddies Collection and then that whole thing that happened to her? Because I felt guilty even recapping all these shows because I'm like, damn, I recapped too much of that shit. And then the whole fight thing happened with her. Like, did you feel guilty like being like on the show and that whole thing went down?
No. Respectfully to her family and everything like that, because that was a very sad situation.
Yeah.
But I just didn't like that thought never even crossed my mind, honestly. Like, oh, we doing this, and you know, now I did feel that way after the fact, like a long time down the line when I saw like a comment about the Bella and Naira fight, like Naira dumped that girl on her head. I mean, Bella dumped that girl on her head, and y'all see what just happened to this other girl. Like, she could have seriously been injured. So when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, you know, like, oh damn, that's fucked up. But honestly, like at the time, no, I didn't even correlate the two because this is entertainment, and you cannot compare something that we're doing for entertainment purposes to something that happened to this girl in real life. The situations don't compare at all. Like, we doing this, we signed up to do this, we know what we here for. Like, that girl didn't sign up for that shit. So I never correlated the two.
That's true. So at one point, of course, Zoe ends up leaving. The way you reacted, do you think that's why you probably lost the letter grade or two? Because you was like, oh, I like you, Zoe, but like, you shit. Do you think Sapphire said, okay, bitch, I'll drop you from an A to a B?
No, I don't think that had anything to do with it. I feel like the vote was like unnecessary anyway because she was going home anyway. We really didn't have a say so. I just put in my commentary. Sapphire did tell me like why she gave me that grade. So
yeah,
we'll touch bases on that.
Right. So then we apparently the first night y'all got in there. Oh yeah, you weren't there the first night. So Shabba and Lexi ended up getting into it. So you weren't in the house by then, like the first time that happened. Okay.
I missed that. Okay. I heard about it when I got there. And that's part of the reason why everybody was so shocked to Shabba's actions towards me. Like, a lot of shit, that shit is edited, you know, to put in the juicy parts and to keep y'all engaged. But a lot of shit happened between me and Shabba that led up to the fight. Like, a lot of shit happened. Yeah, like, okay, for example, the whole Queen D situation. Like, her coming in there and standing on my bed, like, she got in my face. And was like saying stuff to me, and everybody was like, whoa, where was this, Shabba, when you was begging like security to get Lucky up off you? Because I heard that Lucky whooped her real bad on the first night, but the camera crew had already left. So that one didn't get caught on film. But all the other girls was kind of like, who the fuck is this bitch? Like, this bitch ain't have nothing to say when it was Lucky on her ass, and now Larue walked in the house and she got so much to say. Which also led to the van incident. Like, in the van, they just put me yelling in Shabba's ear like I was antagonizing her or like pushing her out there to fight Heaven, or even that Heaven was taking up for me, when that was totally not the situation in the van. they were discussing Shabba, and they was asking her, like, well, why you didn't have that energy for Lucky? Like, what's your problem with Larue? Like, you know, they was trying to figure it out because everybody was confused. And she just kept repeating what I was saying. Like, oh, Larue said this. Larue did that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Heaven was like, bitch, we talking about you. Like, say Larue name one more time. Because, bitch, we talking about Shabba and you keep talking about Larue. But the way it was put out there on the show made it seem like Heaven was taking up for me in that moment, when I don't need a bitch to take up for me in that moment. So that's also why I was confused as to why anybody felt like I was supposed to jump in Heaven, fight with Money and Lacey. Like, what would make y'all think that? Like, that was ridiculous.
Because that whole bus thing, it was confusing, but now it makes sense. So basically, she didn't like you just based off of stuff she probably saw online, didn't really get to know you, basically.
She wasn't saying that she didn't like me, but she was only responding to me. Like, it's 6 people on the van talking to you, and you're only responding to me. Like, I'm not the only person saying something. So everybody was just getting fed up. Like, bitch, well, answer my question. Like, I'm asking you something right now. I'm talking to you right now. Like, why you keep coming for this girl and this girl not even saying anything? Even when we ended up actually getting into a fight, I just felt like that was intentional on her behalf. And I don't fault her for that because I'm strategic as well. But I just felt like I don't know if you remember from Big Lex Baddie Collection when me and Bella fought on the last day in the house. Yeah. There was this whole fiasco about her doing my makeup. You know what I'm saying? And it just felt like Shabba was trying to recreate that moment. Because, bitch, you asked me to do your makeup. I didn't offer to do your makeup. You asked me and I said yes at the time that you asked me. And then now that give you permission, like me agreeing to do your makeup, give you permission to touch me in my face? No, bitch. You're standing here scratching your fucking armpits right before you reach out and fucking touch me. Like, what the fuck is wrong?
Like, she did scratch her BWK. She said,
like, that shit pissed me off. And then, like, I was mid-sentence, so my mouth was like, and then she, like, flicked my lip. And I was like, oh. Like, if you see my face, I was fucking disgusted. Like, I wouldn't necessarily call myself a germaphobe, but I have sensitive skin. Like, I don't play about my fucking face. Like, my face break out at the slightest little thing. So, I don't be on that when it comes down to my motherfucking face. She threw me off with that one. But, you know, I think Shabba was just looking for her moment. She didn't want to fight Lucky. So she was, you know, coming for me. I'm little in person. Like, I look, and I hate the way I look on camera. Like, on camera, I look big.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'2", 125 pounds.
Are you serious? Damn.
I weigh 125 pounds. 25 of those pounds is my fucking titties. So my
you
titties
look way taller on like the app. Like, you look tall.
Taller and thicker. I'm little as fuck in person. Like, if you see me in person, you'll be like, what the fuck, Larue? Like, I
noticed you were short with Fetty Cam, but I was like, Fetty, Fetty is like a giant.
Fetty
so
don't count.
Fetty tall.
Right? Fetty don't count. That bitch is a world record for tall. Right. That's a big ass bitch.
So, oh wow, that's crazy. So when Heaven jumped you, why you think like all the girls assumed for you to jump in? And also, please confirm to the people where you was at when Heaven was getting jumped, because you know they were saying you was making noodles, they were saying you was making motherfucking popcorn.
I was a little bit in both places, right? But I feel like, because mind you, Heaven was jumped on my second day in the house. So my first night in the house, me and Heaven have, I'm not even gonna call them hoes ops, because them hoes ain't my ops. But me and Heaven have a mutual dislike for the same group of people, which is the big 3. So when I first came, my first day there, of course, me and Heaven sat up in that room and was chit-chatting and laughing and ha-ha and kikiing about them hoes. Like, yeah, we was talking. So I guess that gave off the impression that me and Heaven was closer than, you know, what it really was, or it gave off the impression that we was friends when we really never had a conversation. This was our first time meeting. I never talked to this girl, you know, until this night. So the next day, the very next day, she gets into it with Money and Lacey, which also happened after the van incident. So I guess people felt like, you know, they've been in the room talking all night and Heaven just took up for her with Shabba. They must be friends. Why you didn't help your friend? And that's why I made it very clear to them in front of Heaven, like, this girl ain't my friend. Like, I don't know her like that. And I feel like too, that speak to the next bitch character. Like, okay, what I'm trying to say is me and Money was cool, right? Me and Money was friends. We ended up getting into it. That led into the house, right? I would be a fake, phony, flaw-ass bitch to jump in and help Heaven fight them when I've known these girls for nearly 2 years and I've known Heaven for 24 hours. Like, I don't give a fuck if me and my friend fall out and we're no longer friends. That's between us. What she got going on with you don't have anything to do with me. So that's how I felt about the situation. Like, they also expected me to jump in, not only because me and Heaven, like, I guess it made it seem like we was a little closer than we actually was, but I also feel like they expected me to jump in because I did have tension with Money when I came in the house, but I'm just not that type of bitch. Like, I don't click up and link up with bitches off of the strength of, you know, we got a problem with the same person. Nothing to do with me, pretty much.
And also looking back at your situation with Shabba, you still feel like she was being disrespectful when it comes to the whole lip, you know, situation. Like, you stand on that you felt like she kind of did that on purpose.
Yeah, I definitely will forever stand on that. I feel like, you know, like I said before, me and Shabba had prior issues on Instagram. Like, when I was auditioning for a Big Lex show, we got into it a couple times, had words or whatever on Instagram. And although a lot of time had passed since then, I felt like the fight was gonna happen anyway. Like, I felt like she was waiting for the right time and she didn't want to come off as weird, because if she would have just been like, oh, bitch, Larue, what's up? It would have seemed weird. The people would have been like, you know, where the fuck that shit come from? So I think that she wanted to stir something up, which is why she was standing all on my bed like, oh, bitch, you not on shit. You know, how she ended up getting queen punched in the back of the head, like all of that. I felt like she was like itching towards it. Like, she just didn't want to pop it off. She wanted me to pop it off. Like, even that night when we did fight, they cut it, of course, but Shabba talked for so long and I literally stood there silent. The girls was even telling her, like, this is cringy. Larue's not even saying anything back. Like, why the fuck you steady carrying on? And the girl not even saying anything back. So a lot of the girls, you know, who was standing there at the moment, like, if y'all noticed, when the situation first happened, it was so many bitches out there, right? But when the fight happened, nobody was out there. They was coming down the stairs like, oh my fucking God, we missed it. Like, nobody.
Oh yeah, when Nas came down, right.
That whole couch, when they was singing Shabuya, Shabuya, it was a bunch of bitches out there. But then when the fight happened, you didn't see nobody but me and Shabba. Right. That's because she talked for so fucking long that the bitches got up and walked away. Like, the only person who was still standing there was me, listening to her. That's why I'm like, bitch, you being a clown right now. Like, you carrying on, you being a clown, you doing all that for what? Like, you want to fight or not? Like, I had already came up out my shoes and everything, so I was, you know, ready.
Right. And most of the season, we see Lucky versus Shabba. Do you think Lucky went a little bit too far with how she was low-key going after Shabba? Not low-key, but high-key going after Shabba. You think Lucky went too far?
No, not necessarily, because we're doing a job and some people take that a little further than others, but we are all here to provide content. And so Lucky was giving y'all fucking content. Like, no, I don't feel like she went too far. I feel like she did exactly what needed to be done to enhance the Academy experience.
Y'all had one of the best shows on that. I'm telling you, like, Zeus, I feel like they low-key slipping.
Yeah,
and I say this all the time. I'm not even saying this because I'm interviewing with you. I say this on my regular videos. They slipping.
They slipping. Like, Bad Boys ain't giving. The last,
they didn't even have no reunion.
Yeah, like, they not having a reunion.
No, yeah.
I was looking forward to the reunion. I thought their ratings could probably go up a little bit, because right now, like, everybody keep trying to compare Zeus and Now That's TV, but right now, like, Zeus not fucking with. He on top. We on top right now.
So at one point, we saw Sapphire yelled at y'all at the gyms for the cleanliness of y'all room. So she said that Hood Baby ET room was the cleanest. Is that true? Was the other rooms like?
I didn't see the other rooms, and I was rooming by myself too. So I didn't have a roommate until P4 got there. Okay. So I didn't see the other girls' rooms.
Yeah.
I know mine was definitely clean, and when she made that statement, like on her page or whatever, I was like, post them, like, post my room, please post my room, because I didn't really like that. Like, I felt like the statements were generalized when y'all should have called out specific rooms. Like, don't get up here and try to make it seem like the whole house is fucking dirty, because, yeah, that's not that. That's not that.
Right. So Bella ended up coming into the house. Were you guys on good terms at that time?
Yes, me and Bella have been on good terms since Big Lex Baddie Collection. Like, you know, at the end of the day, me and Bella didn't have no real beef. Me and Bella both was working towards the same goal, which was get our spot on the show. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even right now, we joke and laugh about that shit all the time. Like, that shit was so unnecessary. And honestly, me and Bella have a lot in common. She's a pretty cool chick. Actually, I fuck with Bella a lot.
Right.
She's one of my favorite people from Now That's TV.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. Ooh, see, they is trying to grow. Oh, you trying to grow? They grow.
Yes.
How do you feel when the prom was canceled? And do you think the whole house deserved to be punished? Because I was sad. I wanted to see some of y'all dresses and stuff what y'all was gonna be wearing.
Now, Pierre. Be fucking for real. It never was no fucking prom. They was waiting.
You for real?
I don't know. This is my theory. Like, I just feel like they was trying to get the prom shit together, but it was going to take too much. Like, it was gonna be too much, and they was waiting on any little thing for us to do so that they could cancel it. Like, you know, so that they could say that it's canceled. So, you know, I really feel like they never intended on having it. Like, they probably intended on having the prom in the beginning. But towards the end, like, we hadn't got so much content. The prom was really unnecessary.
Gotcha. Did you have like a dress prepared just in case, like an outfit?
So again, that's why I say I feel like I just think that they thought it was going to be a little bit too much, because no, of course we didn't show up with prom dresses. We didn't even know what the fuck was going on. So they did have designers available to help us. Zoe Dupree is a stylist. He was one of the co-producers on the show. So he had some friends that helped us out with the fashion challenge that was supposed to be putting dresses together for us. Like, they had let us pick fabric and all. They had brought like all of these fabric samples to us and let us pick fabric and everything. So that's why I said, like, in the beginning, I think they intended to have it, honestly. But I think once they realized, like, this is just too fucking much, like, they kind of was like, fuck it.
Right, like, we got enough footage. All right, so we get to the graduation. And then they call your name, okay? You come in there, you say yes, okay? And then you get your report card, you get your diploma. And they said D for decorum. I said, what? Why do you think fucking decorum?
So Sapphire ended up talking to me, which was also cut because that was on camera.
Right.
It kind of got cut for the whole Abby scene, which respectfully, that was
left that out.
Yeah, like some stuff, I'll be like, now, bitch, I'll cut my part out for that. Like, them cutting out the tea party on Big Lex Baddie Collection, I was so fucking mad about that. I did a whole photo shoot when I got home and everything regarding the tea party just for it to on the show. So I was kind of upset about that. But them cutting out my part conversation for Abby's part was necessary. But anyway, she basically said that she felt like I wasn't really showing my growth because I wasn't putting myself in the same situations, which I felt like, why would I keep putting myself in the same situations to be triggered when I could just stay away from it? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times in the house, like, I was participating in all of the challenges. I was giving it 100% because I came to win. Obviously, I didn't come to kick it with these bitches. Like, I learned my lesson from Big Lex Baddie Collection. You only got to show me something one fucking time, and then I'm gonna move like that every time. So, in the Academy house, I was basically like, if the cameras ain't there, it ain't no reason for me to be there. Like, if the camera's not around, I don't need to be around. I'm going to get my time. I'm going to participate in the challenges and all of that, but I'm not going to be kicking the bobo with you bitches. So,
it is a competition.
Yeah. So I don't see the need to be kicking the bobo with y'all. So Sapphire kind of like pulled me to the side and was like, you know, I feel like you wasn't really mingling as much to be able to show your growth or be able to show like, okay, I could still be in this type of environment or be in this type of situation and move differently than how I would be expected to move. So I respect Sapphire 100% for her opinion. I did feel kind of like I felt like they played in my face because that's why I said I wish I had the paper. Like, if y'all see my score sheet, there were some scores where I had an A, some scores where I had a B or a C, and they scratched it off. Like literally put a fucking line through it and put another grade. I posted it on my story. Yeah, I posted it on my story.
You can, like, if you still got it, because I know stories sometimes you could download it, send it to me. I'll clip it in here.
So you can put it in, yes, because I was like, what the fuck? Like that shit threw me for a loop. It's like they graded me on my performance at first, but then she thought about, you know, like she thought about the reasons why she wanted to give me a lower score and acted on that. I had the lowest grade in the house and I could not fucking. It was like, how the fuck you got a D? How the fuck you got a D? How the fuck you got a D? I don't know how I got a D, y'all, because I feel like I was doing the right thing. Like, okay, we here to grow. We here to show a different side of us. Like the old side of me or the Big Licks Baddie collection Larue would have been mingling with them hoes. I would have been all in the shit. I would have been stirring the pot. I would have been, you know, doing messy shit. So I felt like this go round, I was kind of like here for the competition, not here for the bullshit. And I felt like that was overlooked, you know?
Yeah, because when I seen it, I'm like, maybe she was doing stuff behind the scenes that we didn't see. But now that you say that, it's not even that. So I was shocked. I was really,
that's what it was. I wasn't doing anything behind the scenes. Like when we would come home from the fucking challenges, I would wash that makeup off our face and lay the fuck down, like smoke and eat, go to sleep type shit. Like we winding down. And that's because, like I said, I already know, like, you get these bitches some liquor and shit go to happening out of nowhere. And you'll be like, damn, how the fuck I get here? What just said? How the fuck the pieces move and I end up here? Like, it really be like that. Like, you'll be chilling, having a good time, drunk, vibing, and then all of a sudden you into it with a bitch. So I kind of was like trying to stay away from that, you know? Like, not trying to avoid altercations, because y'all know I'll get in there with any bitch. So I wasn't necessarily trying to avoid altercations, but I just knew that mingling with them fucking girls, it was going to be altercations. And every time I said that, every time, like, I would tell E.T., because E.T. would come and check on me and stuff, because I was, like, off to myself a lot. So E.T. would come and check on me, like, oh, Larue, we hanging out, we taking shots, come downstairs. And I would tell her, like, them bitches gonna get drunk and start fighting. I don't want to be a part of that shit. And every fucking time, them bitches got drunk and started fighting. It never failed, every time.
Yeah, we did see that when it comes to Naja and Hood Baby. Did you guys get graded on, like, a daily basis, or was it graded on, like, activity?
It was graded on both. So there were certain scores or certain grades that applied to your daily, like your appearance, hygiene, different stuff like that. And then there were grades specifically for the challenges. Okay. And then they just put it all together to average out to your final grades.
Gotcha. And then do you think the right people won the 10K, or who would you have picked, besides yourself, of course, to win the 10K?
I do feel like the right people won the 10K, honestly. I feel like for different reasons, though. Like, a lot of people feel like Hood Baby didn't change and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say she changed, but change don't happen overnight. So I would say she learned something and she has been applying it to her regular life. Like, Hood Baby had scenes on the show where she talked to Sapphire about her personal feelings, about how she feel about herself. And she was just saying, like, oh, all these bitches got wigs and all these bitches got this and that. And I'm just not like that. I'm just me. You get what I'm saying? I felt her 100%. And I definitely felt like she tapped into her pretty girl side. Because I don't care what nobody say. Hood Baby is not fucking ugly. She's not. I feel like she's Hood Baby. Like, she's hood as fuck. And the hood kind of overpower her feminine side. But I feel like she's tapping in more to that from being on Now That's TV. She really didn't get a chance on Bobby Wants Both. So her coming to the academy and being around a bunch of girls who do all that. We do our makeup every day. We wear wigs. We keep ourselves up, keep our appearance up. And she learned the value of doing that. Right. So I do feel like Hood Baby deserved it. I feel like she learned. I wouldn't necessarily say change, but learned and trying to change. Yeah. Yes, I will give her that.
Right. She tried to grow.
Right. She tried to grow. So, and she stacked up on her knowledge, got some more. Okay. She stacked up on her knowledge. Okay. So she definitely deserved it. And then as far as E.T., I felt like she deserved it as well, because I felt like for E.T., it wasn't more so about changing or growing. I feel like E.T. has not necessarily reached her peak, but she's already at a higher level of like etiquette, decorum. You know, she already at a higher level than most of these bitches. We just don't know that because all we know is Scarface. We don't know E.T.
Right.
So I feel like her coming to the show was to show everybody that she do have a softer side. She can be E.T. and not Scarface. And I feel like she was successful in her purpose for coming to the show. May not necessarily be successful in the concept of the show or, oh, I grew from the show. Not so much. But what you came to the show to represent, you successfully did that. And for that reason, because it's hard, you know, like it's very hard, honestly. So I feel like for that reason, she did also deserve it. But I also don't think it's fair that they had to split the prize. I wish they would have
be 10 and 10.
Yeah, and not even that. They should have picked one fucking winner. They should have picked one fucking winner. And I know that between E.T., if we talking about the winners, not everybody else, but if we only talking about the winners, I know that was a very hard choice to pick between the two of those ladies. But I just feel like, you know, this is the second time they did that to E.T. I feel like they should have gave it to her, not just for the purposes of giving it to her because she did deserve it. But I feel like they should have let her have that, brought Hood Baby back for season 2 for another chance.
Right.
Because E.T. won South Central Baddies before, and she tied with somebody else then. And
right,
so,
I think Zoe.
Yeah, Zoe. Yeah. So I just feel like, I don't know how she felt, and I don't want to speak for her, but I know if it was me, I would have been like, damn, I'm always in the running with the next bitch. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
I did see a couple comments. They were like, damn, E.T. face changed when they told her she'll go split the fight.
Yeah, like, why I always got to be in the running with the next bitch? Y'all don't think I'm worthy of getting in on my own? Like, I just felt like they should have, if they was going to pick her to win anyway, they should have gave it to her by herself. If they wasn't going to give it to her by herself, they should have gave it to fucking Hood Baby. Like, they should have never split that prize. I didn't agree with that.
Right. So we're almost done. What was your reaction to Abby? Like, were you shocked at Abby's reaction? Just her reaction in general at the graduation. Because that was the key to me. I'm sorry.
It was a key. And that's why I said earlier, like, they cut me out for Abby part, and that was necessary. Like, Abby is overly dramatic. So I don't feel like her fucking reaction was warranted. Like, I just felt like, Abby, girl, you know, you barely participated. Abby was hiding the whole fucking time. Them bitches had Abby scared. You get what I'm saying? Like, nobody was fucking with Abby. Like, nobody had intentions on disrespecting Abby. And I think we all felt the same way. Like, okay, we know Abby is traumatized from Baddies of Las Vegas and Deja Vu. So we don't want to make this another traumatic experience for her. We're going to let Abby slide. Like, that's the kind of energy that everybody had towards Abby. Yeah. But I think she's so fucking traumatized that she didn't even try or put forth an effort. So I don't know why she was so upset about the score, because Abby, you literally did not do shit. You was arguing with that nigga the whole time. We was annoyed, telling her what to say back to the nigga. Like, you know, we was just over it. Yeah, like, we was just over it with Abby.
She made Sapphire 38 hot. So y'all get to the reunion. You guys didn't know it was gonna be the Woods. Okay? Y'all did not know it was gonna be the Woods at all.
I came in my motherfucking ice skater majorette outfit, bitch. I didn't even fucking know. Like, and I hated my look. I was low-key kind of happy they had outfits for us, because the outfit that I originally purchased, a custom-made outfit, didn't fucking come in the mail on time. So I was disappointed, and I had went to a little store in my town and found something last minute. So I already didn't like my outfit. You get what I'm saying? So it just was too much going on. Like, when we seen the Woods, then they put us on a van, like, full face beat. They put us on a van. We thinking we're going to a stage set. Like, we thinking we're going to where it's green screen or something, you know. And they take us to the fucking forest, and I was just over them. Because now that TV already know I don't fuck with the Woods based off of Big Lex Baddies collection. Like, y'all know I don't fuck with the Woods. Like, why are we here? Right. So that was cute or whatever. I actually like the way they did it. Our reunion, like, y'all have only seen the first part as of now. The next part is dropping this fucking Sunday, so make sure y'all tune the fuck in. Mm-hmm. But y'all ain't even gonna see the half. Like, y'all think we're not gonna have like a sit down part, but we are though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna do all of that in the Woods. Like, it's gonna be good. Like, it's never before seen before. No type of shit no reunion, not on no network, have been like how our reunion is.
Y'all went camping.
Very different. Very.
That
different.
was a good idea though. When I seen that, I said that's a good idea because no other network really has done that. Like we've seen, you know, the stages that get fucked up and like they kind of waste money doing that shit because they fucking.
Yes, I felt like it was cute, and then Sapphire like made her little announcement like, yeah, y'all bitches thought y'all was coming to be cute. Nah, like y'all ain't learned shit. Y'all been acting up on IG, so it gave the. Like it, yeah, it gave the atmosphere, like the energy, like it was good. I liked it.
Right. Did you have any beef going into the reunion? I know you were beefing with a couple of the girls, but did you guys make up directly before the reunion, or what were you thinking going into the reunion?
So, the only person that I had an issue with before the reunion was Hood Baby, but a couple weeks before the reunion, you know, she sent me a request to join her live because she was around some of her family and I'm a favorite in her, you know, her little family, her little circle. They fuck with me. So, you know, she asked me to come to her live and speak to her aunt and stuff like that, you know, her people that like me. And she went on to say, like, you know, I hate that we had to get into it, Larue. You know what I'm saying? And I honestly felt the same way because I don't see where the hate come from with Hood Baby. I like Hood Baby. Any bitch that can make me laugh, I fuck with that because I like to laugh. So Hood Baby is hilarious to me. That bitch is a key, her and herself. She's just the key. And she's funny as fuck. So
yeah, she is.
So we, you know, me and Hood Baby hashed out our issues prior to the reunion. Yes, a lot of people was expecting me to get into it with Shabba again because they wanted me to get my lick back, but I'm not a lick back type of bitch. I don't care about whether I win or lose a fight, and I think a lot of people probably don't like that about me. They probably hate that about me, but I don't care about winning or losing a fight. I care about, in the words of Fun Dip, getting my fucking issue. That's what I care about. I care about getting my fucking issue. So I don't hold on to grudges and like, oh yeah, that bitch won one of them rounds. I got to get her back at the reunion. No, like, you know what I'm saying? Especially not in this type of environment because we was trying to grow. So I really didn't want to like carry that drama on. Even though I was a little bit hot. Y'all know I was hot because I had to tell that hoe she was wild across the motherfucking back. Y'all know I was fucking mad about that motherfucking fight. But, you know, it's so many months ago, like, I can't stay mad that fucking long, so.
Right. And then, of course, we see the whole thing where Cash and Bree ended up coming. A lot of people was mad at Sapphire because they felt like she set up her gems. How do you feel about that whole situation? And do you think she did set them up?
No, Sapphire did not set them up. And I think that the people are saying that only because they're thinking like, oh, this is Sapphire's show. This is not Sapphire's show. This is a Now That's TV original, meaning it's Now That's TV's show. It's not Sapphire's show. Sapphire is a host. Sapphire gets paid to be there and told when and where to be, just like the rest of us, just like Cass. Like her check might be a little bit bigger, but ultimately, she don't run shit. Like, not saying it like that. No disrespect to Sapphire, but she don't run anything. She's the host of the show. It's not Sapphire's show. It was Sapphire's concept. Sapphire hosted it, but it's not her shit. So she can't tell them who and where. I mean, she can give her input and say, oh, I like this girl. I think she'll be good for the academy. You know, or I don't like this person. Maybe she's not fit for the academy. Yes, she can say that, but it don't hold as much weight as everybody think that it holds. And then, so no, she didn't set them up. And I still don't feel like production set them up because just like I said about, you know, my after the show behavior, I go to the show, I give y'all what I give y'all on the show, I get my check. And when I go home, I am not on that shit anymore. Like a lot of people be doing all of that IG beef and shit like that. And then it puts them in situations like this. Because if you are a part of the Now That's TV family, then you should know to expect the unexpected. You can't be popping it to 10 bitches on IG and then pull up to a Now That's TV event and feel like you're not going to see at least 2 of them bitches. You get what I'm saying? Like, you just never know what's coming from where. So if y'all going back and forth, which is not to say the same for that, like, Money and Bree situation, because Bree was, like, literally picking with Money. Kept posting stuff on IG, was very repetitive, and Money was ignoring it. So, you know, that don't necessarily fit for this situation because ET and Cash beef is also outside of Now That's TV. That's some street beef. That's not nothing that occurred on Now That's TV. So it may not, you know, my explanation may not necessarily apply in this particular situation, but it still all remain the same. When you are a part of the Now That's TV family, you know what the fuck be going on. So just stay ready so you don't got to get ready. It ain't no fucking setup. Y'all be popping that shit on IG, or y'all be beefing with this person and beefing with that person and beefing with 10 million bitches. Just know that you could possibly run into this bitch, you know? Like, I know that Now That's TV watches us, and I know that they're aware of certain beefs, but I don't think that they do it intentionally I don't think they brought them intentionally for it to go down like that. Like, I think they want to see. Like, you know, like they want to see, they are engaging and watching just like y'all. So they want to see if you gonna stand on that shit. You get what I'm saying? Just because it's done been several times where certain people were supposed to be getting into it and they didn't get into it. You know what I'm saying? So they don't know what's gonna happen. They don't know if y'all gonna stand on that shit. All they doing is their fucking job. They're putting everybody in position to see if they're gonna be able to get some content from it. Because truth be told, everybody's talking about set up this and set up that. Truth be told, Big Vern had issues with one of the girls in the house.
Who? You?
No.
Oh, okay. And did you think, okay, you're not gonna say who?
I'll say who, because I think they squashed it, so I don't think nothing will come of it. But Big Vern and Bella had words before, and that situation could have went left, and then it would have been what Bella saying, like, oh, what y'all set me up because me and this bitch was arguing on IG. Like, no, it's not a setup. It just can go one way or the other.
When you saw Cal, did you think Sayhanna was gonna pop out the wood somewhere?
I was wishing upon a motherfucking star. I was wishing a nigga would like a kitchen cabinet. Like, I really wanted her to pop out somewhere. No, I don't think she would have popped out nowhere, but
that would have been a key though.
Yeah, that would have been a key. That definitely would have been a key.
Okay, so tell the people why you should get the 5K fan favorite prize, because I know they're giving out another 5K. So tell the people, tell the subscribers, all that.
So I feel like y'all should vote Big motherfucking Larue for the fan favorite because, for one, we're not talking about the show. I want to clear that up and make that very motherfucking clear for the entertainers, okay? Yeah. They're talking about fan favorite for the reunion only, okay? The reunion special only. So I feel like I should definitely take it home because a lot of the shit that the fans are saying in the comments, I spoke on. We just haven't got to that yet. So I can't say too much about that.
Right.
But I was standing on business, you know what I'm saying? Standing on my growth, showing my growth, proving my growth, because I could have got into it with a couple of them bitches, but I didn't. So I just feel like if we following the concept and the route of the show, I should be a reunion fan fave. But if y'all gonna do how y'all normally do and vote the best fighter or whoever had the best fight at the reunion, that's cool too. I'm not really tripping. I'm gonna continue to get paid. You know, whatever the case may be, y'all see me on season 2 of the Academy, so I'll have another shot at it. It's no big deal. But, you know, if you're following the concept of the show, think about your girl.
Okay. You have me cracking up. I dealed you about it with the whole peacock thing. You said the peacock, I like that.
It was so much tension in the room. Like, I couldn't believe, I was clutching my pearls, Pierre. I was like, oh my God, this bitch came in there. Cash came in that bitch like the motherfucking Tasmanian devil. Like, she came in there and had the whole room shook. Like, not scared, but you know, you get what I'm trying to say. But when she went into the room after her and ET fought, we was too stunned to speak. We was all standing there where our jaws dropped when she came back out to fight Hood, baby. Like, nobody moved. Like, she fought ET. They separated them. ET went upstairs. Cash went in the room. And everybody else just stood there looking at each other. Like, we was too stunned to speak or move. Like, we couldn't believe that shit had just happened like that. And then Cash came out the room like one more. Like, we hadn't even recovered from the first one. And this bitch talking about one motherfucking more. Like, we was like, oh my God.
So now we're going to do some quick questions, and then we're going to end it off. And of course, we're going to talk about your show as well. So here's some quick questions. Do you think Soray's accent is real?
No. In Houston, we met some people from I don't want to lie. I want to say they were Nigerian.
Okay.
But it's a nation, or whatever you call it. Don't get on here with the fucking semantics. I'm
with
not
the geographies of it all.
Yeah, like wherever they're from, it's
Yeah.
near London, and they share a similar dialogue
Dialect.
or whatever. And we, being me, Sweets, Tori, and who else was there? I think China Cash was with. Oh no, that was Jazzy. Me, Sweets, Tori, and Jazzy was like, oh, like, because we heard his accent switch. Like, they were speaking Nigerian, and then they turned around and started talking English, and it had this, like, London accent. And he was explaining to us the demographics of it all. And we asked him, can you tell a fake accent? If we didn't ask something, can you tell me if it's this real or not? And we played it for the boy, and it was like 4 of them, and all of them said that bitch is cap.
I've had people call into my YouTube, so I could back up Larue with this. And there have been people from where Soraya claims she's from, and they have told me and called in and said her accent not real, Pierre. So
it's
like,
not real. You could tell, like, when she try to, like, it's like she probably went there and learned their accent. Like, you're not originally from there. You probably just talking like how you hear somebody talk, and you sounding like a fucking hood ass Peppa Pig, bitch. That shit is not fucking cute. It's annoying. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, it's not real.
Okay, so why do you think Lex doesn't like you versus some of the other girls? Do you think it's just because of the whole her thinking that you're messy, or do you think it's other stuff besides that?
Yeah, I just think that she feels like I'm a messy individual, and that's okay. I'll embrace it. I also feel like never mind.
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, like she have this thought in her brain that she think I want to do something that I would never do because I'm not.
Okay. The girls that know exactly what.
Yeah, the girls that know. If you don't know, then you don't
yeah.
fucking know. But that goes to show you right there how much respect I have for the girl, whether she like me or not. Because there's a lot of stuff that I could put on blast and a lot of stuff that I could say. Even after all of this time, I can say it, but I don't want to put that out there. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and that's why I don't give a fuck about what a bitch think about me, but I don't appreciate this messy ass narrative, try to make it seem like I'm just this type of person, because what y'all see on the show is only a small portion of my life. Like, the Academy was 7 days out of 27 years. Big Legs Baddies Collection was 14 days out of 27 years. Like, y'all can't think that y'all fucking know me. But, it is what it is. I feel like, she feel like I want to do something that I don't want to do, that I don't give a fuck about. Like, I'm here for a business. I'm not here.
But you don't have to, because you're already on the network, right?
Yeah, and that's why it don't even matter to me no more. Like, shout out to Big Legs. All due respect to her. She was the first person to put me onto the platform. Right. But how I feel about it is, like, if somebody opened a door for you, it's up to you whether you're going to walk in and take over the room. You get what I'm saying? So you opened that door for me, and I walked in, I took that bitch over, and now you can't stop me. So I just feel like, it doesn't matter whether Lex fuck with me or not, and that's why it's no beef, or why I have to be shady or nasty or put her business out there or say, like, little tea and stuff that I know. I don't have to do that because I already have made my mark to be here. Like, I already have earned my stripes. Like, I don't have to do all of that.
Right. Let's talk boxing matches. If you could pick 2 girls to go in a boxing match with, pick 2 girls you want to see in the ring.
2 girls to go against me?
Right. Not like you getting jumped now. I'm talking about like
no, of course. Of course, y'all know I'm gonna say Sayhanna. Y'all know I'm gonna say that. I think that would be a great match.
Right.
I hope that they line it up. And the other person that I would say would be maybe Ebony or Nunu. And the only reason why I would say them is because of the size comparison. Like, it's not a lot of, not as TV have a good, like, variation of body types and stuff like that. But like, as far as the little body girls, it's not really too many of us. I'm sizing up along with those ladies. So I feel like if they was picking by size, them. If they're picking by action, like who gonna bring the entertainment and stuff like that, me and Sayhanna. Like, a lot of people want to see us fight.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, that was one of the people, because I did a little after show on the boxing matches. I was disappointed on some of the picks that they picked. And that was one of my suggestions, is you and Sayhanna. If you could go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, I feel like they should have been set it up. I don't know what they're waiting for. I feel like, yeah, like what the fuck? We should have definitely been in the second boxing match. Like the first boxing match was too lit. They had a lot of great lineups.
Right.
The second one, I feel like there was a couple of people in the lineup that they could have swapped me and Sayhanna's fight out for. And I definitely feel the same with the third match.
No shade for Queen D. And y'all know I love Queen D. You watch my channel, you know I'll be shouting out Queen D and everything like that. I just feel like, you know, you're going to lose, girl, against Lexi. So it's like, why y'all even put them in the ring together? Like, damn.
I said the same thing about Money and Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew that shit was going to go the way it went. And I feel like, not to downplay myself, because I don't know how anybody else feel about Ferrari hands, but I feel like Ferrari can fight. I feel like she definitely can defend herself. And so I feel like as far as fighting wise with Money and Ferrari, like I feel like me and Ferrari is more each other's speed as far as fighting wise. Like I definitely still would have won, but she would have at least had a chance. Like she didn't stand a chance with Money.
Right.
So yeah, I felt like they could have even swapped that fight out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's another person that I would say that I could get in the ring with is Ferrari. Yeah.
Yeah. Size wise, yeah, that is true. And who would be like, what would be your dream reality show to be on? Whether it be Not As TV or any other network or anything. What's your dream reality show that you would want to be on?
I don't really have a dream reality show that I would want to be on. I feel like it's up to the producers, like to put your personality type where it belongs. So I'm just me. Like if they want me on Deja Vu, if they want me on motherfucking Wheel of Fortune, if they feel like that's where the fuck I'm supposed to be, like, you know.
They doing the Basketball Wives Orlando?
I didn't know that, but interesting. I wish I had me a basketball.
Megan on there.
Who?
Megan James. She on Not As TV.
Oh, I know. Yeah, Megan from Bad Girls Club. Okay, I didn't know that.
I'm gonna send you the picture. I didn't find out until they started filming. I'm gonna send you the picture of the cast and stuff. See if you know any of the girls.
Yeah, send it to me so I can get a little cameo. I need to get a little cameo on that.
Right. I'm like, y'all in Florida. Okay. All right. So, what would you change about the Academy if you could? And are you doing season 2?
Yes, I'm doing season 2. What would I change about the Academy? Nothing at all. The Academy was perfect, especially for my second experience. My first experience didn't go the way that I planned it. You know, I really didn't get to enjoy myself how I wanted to because like I said earlier, I just felt like I was at war and I needed to be combative and ready at all times. And on the Academy, I was kind of like able to let free a little bit and I was able to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like the Academy was a much different experience, different host. Humble is such a sweet, humble. Sapphire is such a humble. Yeah, Sapphire.
That's a good word to say. Okay.
Yeah, humble and sweet, like host. Like I love Sapphire. So I wouldn't change anything about the Academy. I loved it. Loved the Academy. 10 out of 10.
And you would do season 2?
I'm doing season 2.
You're doing season 2.
Definitely doing season 2. Yes, Sapphire did say when she was asked in an interview she was doing, who was she definitely bringing back from season 2 and for season 2, and I was the first person that she named. She said that she's really excited to work with me in the future, which is great because I'm really excited to work with her.
All right, bet. Would you do Baddies with Zeus?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Like, I feel like Baddies is not all that it's hyped up to be. I would do it for the check, but that's the only reason why I would do it. Would I audition? No. If they called me, I would do it, most definitely. But I'm not going to audition. I feel like they have their picks already, and, like, they already have the shit planned out, and they know who they want. And so I feel like if they wanted me, they would come for me, you know?
Right.
So I would just leave that there. But I love Not As TV. It's Not As TV to the death of me. Like, if I could just continue to grow with Not As TV, especially while it's a growing, upcoming network, it's the perfect time to get in position and play your position so that you can grow with them. Right. And that's pretty much my standpoint with Not As TV. So am I interested in being on any other networks? No, I am not. I would rather produce my own show and see if I could get that on Not As TV, which brings me to Certified Motherfucking Steppers. We're currently casting. I already did a pre-show, like a pilot experience, basically. where the girls came to the house to spend time with me for the weekend. Kind of like the same concept Lex had for the summer party, except for this was auditions. So these are girls that I wasn't familiar with, like how Lex was familiar with us and stuff like that. I wasn't familiar with these ladies. They came, they hung out, they did their shit. I'm only picking a few girls from that group of girls. And
how could they get casted?
They can get casted by following I4_hottest_hustlers page on IG. I go live every Tuesday. The time ranges, but you will see me post on my page saying like, hey, I'm going live on my show's page at this time.
Right.
They can send in videos to the email on the page, on the IG page, and they can also send videos to the IG. But if you send a video to the IG, it can only be 90 seconds long. That's not really enough time. I do ask that y'all keep the videos under 3 fucking minutes, because I'm not gonna sit there and watch all that shit, especially
lady got a life.
So keep it cute. Everybody have been watching and asking where the show is going to be. And I just want to let y'all know that that's up to y'all. If y'all don't want to subscribe to another network, if y'all would like to see my show on Now That's TV, support me all the way through this process, because with Now That's TV, everything is business and numbers don't lie. So as long as I have the numbers to follow my show, as long as I'm bringing something to the table, my show will definitely be on Now That's TV. So I want y'all to keep that in mind. You know, follow me, follow my IG, big_Larue_, if y'all not already following me, and follow my IG page. I mean my show's IG page.
Right. All the information is going to be in the description box and in the comment pinned down below. So make sure you guys do support for her short, and also tag Now That's TV in the comments.
Okay? Tag Now That's TV in every fucking thing. Okay.
And anything else you want to tell the people before you go, Larue?
I want to tell y'all that I love fucking Pierre, y'all. I love Pierre. I was introduced to Pierre's page after like a little small altercation with me and Sayhanna on IG. That's when I first came to your page, and I've been tuned in ever since. I'm so happy to have done this interview. So if y'all fuck with Larue, if y'all fuck with Now That's TV, y'all gotta fuck with Pierre and Evan Entertainment, because he's next up. Trust me.
Thank you. And you're next.
You're getting noticed by all the right people, so keep that shit up.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. Y'all know I put in the work.
Definitely put in the work, and the girls love us a non-biased tea.
Right.
Like, we love that. We don't like these biased, you know.
Like, if you lose something, or if you took an L, I'm gonna say you took an L, whether y'all like you or not.
Exactly. Like, and that's how
I love Naj, but I was like, damn, she fucked you up in that ring, Naj.
That's how it's supposed to be, but everybody is not like that. So we could definitely appreciate a nice non-biased platform where we can come and pop our shit without all the extra shit, you know? So I fuck with you so much. That's all I wanted to tell y'all. Thank you so much for having me.
Definitely. Make sure you guys go follow all social media, and we out, y'all.
No personal thing.